comes to high school football in Western PA, you will be hard-pressed to find a better matchup than the one we have coming your way in Gibsonia tonight. The North Allegheny Tigers making their way up Route 19 to pay a visit to their 5A neighbors, the Pine-Richland Rams, for a Week 8 non-conference matchup between two powerhouse programs brimming with D1 talent. Welcome on into the Friday Night Countdown. Alongside Damon McDermott, I'm Susie Cole. The North Allegheny Tigers, Pine-Richland Rams facing off against one another in Week 8 action. Damon, bragging rights are on the line. Initial thoughts?
I mean, how can you not be excited about this game? You have one of the best 6A teams, maybe the best 5A team. The last 14 times they played, they are 7-7. You can throw records out the window every time they played. I don't care who has more D1 talent. It's going to come down to the wire. I can't wait for this game.
Where this game could get a little bit tricky tonight is the fact that it's not a conference game. It's Week 8 of the season. Both these teams still have conference matchups come Week 9. Both of them have solidified their place in the postseason. However, both head coaches, head coach Art Walker for the Tigers, head coach John Ladon for the Rams, saying, hey, if somebody is even borderline injured or there's a nagging injury, they're out of tonight's game. We're not messing around because the long-term picture is in the backs of all their minds. It's now time to take a look at those WPIAL headlines that we have here for Week 8 action. And up first, Damon, it is not so happy in Happy Valley this week. We saw head coach James Franklin get fired on Sunday. And this, I don't know if maybe the kids heard stirrings of this, but we actually saw star wide receiver for Pine-Richland before their Week 7 game say, hey, I'm reopening my recruitment. He decommitted to Penn State. We've seen that domino effect now throughout the course of this week.
Yeah, and it's good in the 2026 class, the 2027 class. You miss out on maybe Matt Signa, who at least is going to reopen his recruitment. Keemon Spell, who is the best running back in the nation. He's actually going to Syracuse this weekend. After just a week ago, he was committed to Penn State. He's tweeting how excited he is about Penn State. Khalil Taylor, you'll see tonight, one of the best receivers in the nation as well. All these guys, they have 11 decommitments right now, 7 guys at least considering other options, which in today's world, that means you decommitted. You can talk to anybody. So, again, they usually dominate in recruiting. Now you need to make the perfect hire so you get right back on that recruiting trail. One
of those recruits, Matt Sig, quarterback for the Fort Cherry Rangers. Let's get into headline number 2. It is, who's that contender for WPIAL Player of the Year? I don't know if it's just because I have the Fort Cherry Rangers on my brain after watching them just absolutely crush Bishop Canavan for that top spot in the Black Hills Conference. But, man, did Matt Sig make a case for himself last week. And what I like about how he's shattering all these records this year, including last week with the rushing yards record in the WPIAL, he's doing it without being able to throw the last 5 weeks. I want the Fort Cherry Rangers to go back-to-back-to-back in WPIAL championships, but I also want Matt Sig to go back-to-back for WPIAL Player of the Year.
If we're debating, I mean, it's hard to debate against you when after I see him play last week, I mean, he is unbelievable. But why don't we give some props to a guy we saw earlier in the year as well, Upper St. Clair quarterback Ethan Hellman, 25 touchdowns, 1 interception. I couldn't even do that on Madden. I couldn't do that on the college football game. He has no offers. He's 5'11", but he runs a perfect offense. Please, college coaches, look at this man. He's played unreal this year.
Just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season of the 2025 high school football season, so you know postseason implications are on the line. We know North Allegheny and Pine-Richland have clinched in their respective classifications. Damon, what else can we look forward to tonight?
You got a game like this is non-conference, but then you have some conference deciders tonight between Southside and Laurel, North Catholic, Avonworth. You only have 13 teams that have clinched their spot in the WPIAL playoffs right now. There is still 49 total spots available, so do the math. 36 teams are still fighting for those spots, and there's going to be some teams in 4A. There's a 4-way tie in the Parkway.
Messy.
I mean, you're going to have a team maybe like Thomas Jefferson not in the playoffs. In my lifetime, I've never even heard of that.
I've said all year the 4A classification is the craziest classification this season because it is totally up in the air. Again, though, we got 2 postseason contenders here tonight playing in Gibsonia. North Allegheny taking on the Pine-Richland Rams. We'll be back with more after this on the Friday Night Countdown.
Pittsburgh, get ready to see PPG Pace Arena like never before. PPG Pace Arena tours take you behind the scenes of the home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is your chance to step inside the Penguins locker room and feel the history of the 5-time Stanley Cup champs. See the ice from a player's point of view and go where legendary broadcasters called the biggest moments in Penguins history. From championship stories to behind-the-scenes secrets, this tour is the ultimate Penguins experience. Visit ppgpacearena.com and book your tour today.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. From October 16th to November 6th, spend $350 and earn a free turkey on your next visit. Redeem through November 30th. Because this holiday season, we're thankful for you. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
A house is just 4 walls, but a home, that's something more. At Your Town Realty, we don't just work here, we live here. We're small by choice, with deep roots in real relationships that go beyond transactions. And because this city means so much to us, we give back, year after year. It's not about being the biggest, it's about being the one that feels like home. Your Town Realty, locally owned, community grown.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaca. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
Welcome back into Pine-Richland Stadium. We are just a little bit away from the Pine-Richland Rams holding hosts to the North Allegheny Tigers here tonight. But before we break down tonight's action, it's time to check in with our good friends, Keith Barnes and Matt Press from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette with our 2-minute drill.
Well, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season. Conference championships will be decided. Playoff dreams will come true, or they'll go by the wayside. Hi, I'm Post-Gazette High School Sports Coordinator Keith Barnes, along with my colleague Matt Press, here with the Post-Gazette 2-minute drill. Matt, what kind of stood out for you this week as we head into week 8 of the high school football season?
For me, it's a game that probably wasn't talked about as much as it should have in the Class 1A Tri-County South, where Bentworth took down previously unbeaten Jefferson Morgan. And Ben Hayes, running back for Bentworth, had 4 touchdowns. He's the WPIAL's leading rusher with north of 1,300 right now, and he has 28 touchdowns all season. Bentworth is a team that's kind of sneaky in that comp. Clearly, Ben Hayes is having a great season.
For me, it was obviously the Penn State implosion. You know, Penn State fired head coach James Franklin before his team even played last week. Khalil Taylor from Pine-Richland said, "Nah, I'm not going to Penn State." And you had Keemon Spell from McKeesport Friday night after scoring 6 touchdowns against Mars, vacillating on whether he was going to stay at Penn State. He's out of there as well. And so is Gabe Jenkins, the quarterback from Amani Christian. And we're going to see one of these players tonight here at Pine-Richland with Khalil Taylor. Talk a little bit about what you've seen with Khalil Taylor this year and where you think this game's going to go with North Allegheny.
That's right. We knew coming in Pine-Richland's offense was going to be scary, and I think it's lived up to that so far. Ubi Strader at quarterback has had a really phenomenal season. And Jalen Neal's a receiver for Pine-Richland, maybe not talked about as much as he should be, but he's been really good. I think it's just a really explosive passing attack, and North Allegheny won this matchup 28-21 last year, but I think Pine-Richland is just enough on offense to edge him out this time.
North Allegheny's just been one of those teams that's really hard to predict what they're going to do. This is a team that, yes, it lost to Central Catholic, but it also got taken to task by Norwin. And yes, Norwin's been a resurgent team this year, but this is a game that North Allegheny would normally win pretty easily. And congratulations to Art Walker on winning his 200th game as the North Allegheny head coach last week. But I don't think he's going to get number 201. I think this is a game that Pine-Richland's going to win. John Ledon has his team geared up for the playoffs, and they're ready to go. Okay, so that is our Post-Gazette 2-minute drill this week. For Matt Press, I'm Keith Barnes. Now let's go back to Pine-Richland Stadium.
Now, Damon, this might be a non-conference game, but it's going to have all the rivalry feels between the 6A North Allegheny Tigers and 5A Pine-Richland Rams. North Allegheny off to a 7-1 start, sitting at second in the 6A Quad County Conference, but resiliency is their identity this season. Where is that going to be needed in the latter parts of tonight's game?
And tonight's game, you got to grind it out. You'll see a lot of Luke Rohan tonight, who has 720 yards, 12 TDs. He only averages 5 yards a carry, but they want to slow down the game. You see in a lot of these games this year, Woodland Hills only won by 2. Woodland Hills had the ball with 10 seconds left on the 5-yard line. They barely beat Norwin, and they barely beat Cannon Mac. So tonight, again, they've been in these close games all night long, where Pine-Richland, they've pretty much blown the doors off everybody this year.
Yeah, North Allegheny just squeaking out a 21-13 win over Cannon Mac last week. Now, when looking at the Pine-Richland Rams, also 7-1 to start the season, sitting at a perfect 4-0 record and atop the 5A Northeast Football Conference, rolling in on a 6-game win streak. And man, are they stacked with D1 talent. Do I even need to list everybody off? Khalil Taylor, Ubi Strader, Jay Timmons, Ryan Price, and so many more. How will the Rams utilize this D1 talent tonight?
Well, the first thing is their offense. I mean, you see it right here. Strader can do everything with his feet, with his arms. I say all the time, if he was a couple inches taller, he'd go into any school he wants to. Right now, Syracuse is the biggest school that's offered him. And then go in the offensive line. 3 Division I guys. Defensive line, you have Adam Barnett. You have DeJour Webb. 3 Division I guys as well. And then you go to Jay Timmons and Khalil Taylor. I mean, there's just talent all over. They can do it all. In the last 4 games, they're averaging over 50 points a game. How is that even possible?
Every game but 2 this season, the Pine-Richland Rams have mercy rolled their opponents. They are just nasty on both sides of the ball. They have elite size up front, a dual-track quarterback, and Ubi Strader, and so much more. And we'll have the chance to see if resiliency or pure talent is going to be what takes the cake tonight. When we come back, our very own Matt Fargo sits down with defensive back from the Pine-Richland Rams, Jay Timmons.
My patients and I grew up together. I love watching my patients when they retire, starting when they're 61, 62. 2 years left, doc. I got 2 years left, doc, and then I'm good. Then they deserve a retirement, and Medicare Advantage is for that.
I think we also want choice. Whether you are home or traveling, our plans give you access to a large network of doctors and hospitals, including UPMC. That's peace of mind.
You can't get better than that.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles, we build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Macero Construction Group, building Pittsburgh, serving you.
We're back on the Friday Night Countdown. If you're just tuning in alongside Damon McDermott, I'm Susie Kuhl. Now it's time for our very own Matt Fargo to join us for a Friday night conversation. Earlier this season, he had the chance to sit down with Pine-Richland senior, Florida State commit, and defensive back to the Rams, Jay Timmons. Check it out.
Friday Night Conversations, Jay Timmons joins us from the Pine-Richland Rams. Jay, thanks so much for sitting down. Sure. Place you've never been. Acrisure Stadium, right? Oh, yeah. The first time.
No, never been.
Talking about the Pine-Richland season, before we get into 2025, take a look back at 2024 and what that looked like. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts on the season and what it inevitably ended up playing out for you?
I think that season was amazing. One of my favorite seasons ever, just the way that team, was bonded. I feel like it changed the attitude as far as like inside the, Pine-Richland room, and I feel like it was a winning mentality and expectation, and now the standards set even higher now that we lost in, the state semifinals. So, it's state champions are must.
What do you think about this field in 2025 in 5A, and And where do you think that Pine-Richland fits into that?
Well, I know you're a Upper St. Clair guy, right? So, I saw that. I seen them pick them over us a couple times. So, but it's definitely a gauntlet, and that's what I love. I love competition. It gets us ready for states. But it's no problem.
I jumped on a bandwagon. Yeah. I'm not from there. I
thought you were. The way you were talking, I don't know.
But I wasn't wrong until I was.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're good. But I got Pine-Richland.
All right. Yeah. And of course, it was Peters Township that gets to the finals. Mm-hmm. They're stacked again this year. But the matchup that we're going to be featuring you with is North Allegheny. Mm-hmm. Different classification, doesn't have playoff implications. No big deal, right? That's not a big game,
huge
right?
Deal. Wexford, as I always call them, we're coming. So watch on Steelers TV. It's crazy though. I was talking to my friends about it. There's 3 Steelers kids playing in the game. So James Harrison, the Hoax, me. So it's gonna be really fun to see that, and that's a big rivalry game. It's gonna be at my last home game. So yeah, it's gonna be special game.
What is a Friday night like at Pine-Richland, one of the best stadiums in WPIAL? Yeah. What's it like running out of the tunnel on Friday night?
It's electric, and we have we come from the bottom of the stadium, so we walk out, and it's right next to the student section, so it's super lit. And being there as a kid, you can see on the left side all the kids, and that's where we used to play football and stuff while we're playing, so it's crazy. But yeah, we're definitely, it's definitely fun on Friday night.
Is it full circle for you to walk through this stadium, walk out of the tunnel, playing a WPIAL championship game, being many times you've been here and been on the sideline or been in the stands, and then to get to win a championship? Have you gotten a second to take that in and realize how full circle that is?
It's definitely crazy, especially this room that we're in is the room that we were in for the game, actually. So, I took a championship picture right here, actually. But, it's full circle, but I expect it, you know what I mean? I expected to be here. I expected, to win the big game here, and it's a testament to all the hard work paying off, and it's like it's meant to be. So I'm gonna just keep pushing and keep making, the story keep going.
Story continues.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Matt always does such a great job with those every single week, Dame. And this week you got to sit down again with senior from Pine-Richland, Jay Timmons, and now Matt Fargo and Arthur Moats. The guys calling the game. They're joining us right now. How are you guys?
Doing well, Susie. Thank you very much, and welcome into the broadcast booth. That is Arthur Moats. Matt Fargo, happy to have you along. Happy Friday, and we're not getting many more of these. It feels like that Western Pennsylvania high school football weather that we all know and love so well, and got a good matchup. I don't know if you've heard.
No, you're absolutely right. A matchup I'm extremely excited about for multiple reasons, whether we're talking about Pine-Richland and North Allegheny in terms of the surface level or even the personal connections that I have with a couple of these players out here tonight as well. So excited about this matchup.
Yeah, the NFL lineage in this game, well documented, but you can't help but talk about it. And we'll do that with our Giant Eagle players to watch. On the North Allegheny side, it is Chris Hoke's son, Lincoln Hoke, bound for Pitt, but he is a force on both sides of the football.
No, you're absolutely right. It starts in the trenches, and when you watch Lincoln Hoke, his ability to change directions in short area, his ability to get off of blocks versus the run, this is why he's a Pitt commit. This is why people like him so much. You see him right there. Excellent job with the wrap-up and driving his legs, looking just like his father did, and then he can do it on offense as well, getting people up out the way. That's what you want, and if you're North Allegheny, that's what you're going to need tonight.
Yeah, having a great mentor for sure and leading the way there for the Tigers in the trenches, going to be a critical part of tonight's game. On the other side of things for the Pine-Richland Rams, it is Jay Timmons, Lawrence Timmons' son, bound for FSU and returns to action after being out for the last few weeks.
Absolutely, and this play right here shows exactly what he's capable of. Reminds me of his father getting downhill, hitting like that. This guy, his eye recognition, his ability to go find it, and right there, not afraid of contact, arrives with bad intentions. But then he's so dynamic. He can go on the other side of the field and do this right here. Take the top off of a defense. Special player. And there's a reason why Florida State is excited to have this kid next year.
6 receiving touchdowns on the season for Jay. We'll look to add to that tonight and remind you of your former teammate?
Absolutely. We called him Law Dog. and he for sure hits just like him.
That's going to be fun tonight. The who's who and the names on these rosters, guys, going to be a lot of fun tonight. We'll go back downstairs to Susie and Damon.
So much fun. But Matt, you were bringing me to tears whenever you first got on camera. I'm getting so sad that it's week 8 action. I can't believe we were already at that point in the season. But our picks are coming up next year on the Friday Night Countdown. You won't want to miss them. Stay tuned.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Pittsburgh, get ready to see PPG Pace Arena like never before. PPG Pace Arena tours take you behind the scenes of the home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is your chance to step inside the Penguins locker room and feel the history of the 5-time Stanley Cup champs. See the ice from a player's point of view and go where legendary broadcasters told the biggest moments in Penguins history. From championship stories to behind-the-scenes secrets, this tour is the ultimate Penguins experience. Visit ppgpacearena.com and book your tour today.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
A house is just 4 walls, but a home, that's something more. At Your Town Realty, we don't just work here, we live here. We're small by choice, with deep roots in real relationships that go beyond transactions. And because this city means so much to us, we give back, year after year. It's not about being the biggest, it's about being the one that feels like home. Your Town Realty, locally owned, community grown.
Welcome back into the Friday Night Countdown on KDK plus one final time here tonight. And it's time to get to our picks, Damon. And man, we got some brewing tonight. Up first, whenever we look at Montour and Aliquippa, this game is for the Parkway Conference, basically. There's a 4-way tie for that top spot in there. But Matt and Arthur, I want to hear your thoughts on this game first.
I had a feeling you might, Susie. There is a traffic jam on the Parkway right now with all these teams. And the Montour Spartans, I think they're starting to find themselves. Obviously, they had a lot of turnover from a year ago. Lucero's got them moving in the right direction. And I think the fact that Marcus Council's out for the season, it's hard to believe that they could lose 3 at home. But I'm going to say it happens. Give me Montour.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Marcus Council definitely makes me a lot more hesitant. You know how I feel about Aliquippa, the cardiac kids. They always find a way at the end, but I think tonight it will be Montour. So give me Montour tonight.
Damon?
I'm getting a little nervous. We might have a clean sweep.
Oh, no.
I'm going
okay.
Montour as well. But, guys, I've been the guy that's betting against Aliquippa. I'm on the restaurant, probably on the big board saying, don't let this guy in. I think they've got a little lucky this year. I think Montour, their quarterback, keeps getting more and more experience. I love Brandon Bennett. I think he's going to be a superstar. Give me Montour.
I actually did see that in a restaurant last week. But, yeah, with Marquez Council out and Khalil Good and Ray Miller taking over those reps under center, head coach Lucero for the Spartans, he said it best this week. I know whoever is, a part of those moving parts is going to give 110%, so he's not counting them out. But look at what they did to Aliquippa last year, winning 36-35, a close game. I'm going Spartans. Let's look at pick number 2. We have Elizabeth Forward at Southmoreland. Damon, I know we have differing opinions on this, so go ahead, say your piece.
First off, this game is one of those that I think it's a coin flip. You have one of the best offenses in Elizabeth Forward versus one of the best defenses in Southmoreland. Southmoreland is giving up only 6.5 points a game. That is unbelievable. They have a 24-year-old head coach. You got to give him credit in Dustin Choloff. But to me, Elizabeth Forward's just a little bit more talented with their quarterback, Ryan Messina. Guy is 6'4", 225. College coaches, somebody call this guy. What are you doing? I'm going with them tonight. I'm sorry, Southmoreland, you guys had a heck of a run this year, but I think you lose your first game tonight.
Ryan Messina already racking up over 2,000 yards of offense, and Elizabeth Forward averaging 45.5 points per game. But when you look at Southmoreland, that allowing opponents just 6.1 points per game, I'm sorry, they're undefeated. They're 8-0. They haven't done this in 46 years. I want to see those Scotties hoist the Interstate Conference title tonight. Give me Southmoreland. Matt and Arthur.
Well, shout out to you, Susie, because I also agree. Defense wins championships. Yep. So when we're listening to these statistics, we know Elizabeth Forward can run the numbers up. But I believe in defense, so because of that, give me Southmoreland as well. What did you call them? The Scotties.
The Scotties of Southmoreland. Damon, you mentioned Dustin Schoaf, the head coach for the Scotties, was a really good running back in the day for the Yawk Cougars. On the other side, their head coach, John DeMarco. Not the John DeMarco that works at PPG Paints Arena. Different John. He was a good high school football coach back in the day, though. This John DeMarco and this Elizabeth Forward Warriors team, they're winning on the road. Give me the Warriors.
The next pick, it is a 5A matchup between Bethel Park and South Fayette. Both teams sitting at 5-3 on the season. Arthur, I want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, when I look at South Fayette, obviously started off hot, hit a little bit of a bumpy road. Yep. You look at Bethel Park, looks like they could be really good, but then they hit a little bit of a rocky road. To me, I think this is going to come down to location, and the game is at South Fayette, so give me the home team. Go green, go white, go Lions.
Didn't see that one coming.
Somebody has to hold it down for the Lions, all right?
This is a coin flip type of game. I think both of these teams have had really good things happen this year and have been disappointing in spots this year. Maybe most disappointing for Bethel Park is their performance against Upper St. Clair, but they've also played teams close. So I'm going to give the slight edge to Bethel Park. Their running game, David Dennison. I'm going to go with Bethel. I like what Phil Peckage is doing, and I think if they could get in, they could really wreak havoc in this 5A playoff.
Matt, I feel like we have our twin telepathy going on tonight because I'm also going Bethel Park as well because I'm looking at the losses that these two teams had against Upper St. Clair. Bethel Park at least made it interesting until the end. Evan Devine, he passes for a 5-yard touchdown there in the final minute of last week's game. South Fayette loses to Upper St. Clair, and they had 40 unanswered points. So I am going Bethel Park. Damon.
You know what, Arthur? Me and you can be a duo, too. These two can be a duo.
There we go.
We're going with South Fayette tonight. I love Elo Horsky, maybe because he's going to my alma mater, Robert Morris, to play lacrosse, but I loved his fight when we watched him earlier in the year. And then Aiden Wright, I think you're going to be talking about him the next couple years. Super exciting, out of the backfield, visiting every local school right now. I think he's going to be dynamite tonight, and give me South Fayette to win their second conference game. I know they struggled a little bit in 5A, but tonight they get that second win.
Our very own Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, and there is no bias in this selection here tonight. We got North Allegheny at Pine-Richland. Both these teams are already postseason contenders. It might be non-conference, but it's going to have all the rivalry feels. North Allegheny came away with it last year, but Pine-Richland is saying, no, we got the talent up front. We got a dual-threat quarterback in Ubi Strader, and it's not happening on our home turf. Give me Coach LaDon and the Rams. Damon?
Last week I mentioned Division I players, and it didn't matter. But I think tonight it does matter. They have 10 Division I players on Pine-Richland. I know North Allegheny is going to come out here fighting, but the talent on Pine-Richland this year with their quarterback, with Jay Timmons, with Khalil Taylor, they just have so many pieces. You can't cover them all. You can't double them all. I think Pine-Richland wins tonight, and I think they might win pretty easily. We'll see.
Matt?
I feel like the feeling of this game was very similar to the way it was last year where Pine-Richland had all the talent. They came into this game undefeated a season ago, and North Allegheny dealt them the loss. Can we have a repeat of that? No. I'm giving Pine-Richland the win.
I love how you set it up right there. But for me, I agree with the star power. I agree that this matchup for Pine-Richland, they want their revenge. And I think they get it done tonight, and I think they do it in a convincing fashion because they are loaded with talent on both sides of the ball.
Another week where we will just have to wait and see whose picks come out on top, but wait no more to see who will be dubbed the King of the North here tonight in Gibsonia. It's North Allegheny taking on the 5A Pine-Richland Rams on the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week coming up next.
JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of WPIAL High School Football, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Welcome to the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. High above Pine-Richland's high school campus in Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, the Steelers High School Showcase has their eye on a battle of the North. The Pine-Richland Rams square up against their rivals, the North Allegheny Tigers. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Matt Farkas, joined alongside the former Pittsburgh Steeler Arthur Moats. North Allegheny, Pine-Richland, these two teams have already punched their tickets to their corresponding classifications playoffs, so not a lot to play for, right? Well, don't tell these teams that. This is a rivalry game in every sense of the word, Arthur.
No, you're absolutely right. And like you said, it doesn't matter that they're at different conference levels. They don't like each other, and you can feel the energy on this field tonight, and I am so excited to watch it.
Both of these teams check in at 7-1. Their loss, both to the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. But you know what? In terms of how much this is going to be a factor, whether or not you're going to consider the fact you're going to the postseason, or are you trying to make sure everything is crisp when you do?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that those are going to be critical decisions that we see tonight, whether you're talking about from a health standpoint and even also what you're trying to put on film. Because you know, in a couple of weeks, man, these games, it's the single elimination tournament. So tonight, it's going to be really interesting to see what both sides their approach is.
Yeah, we're getting really close to win or play basketball season. Time now for our keys to the game. It's our Game Changers, brought to you by St. Vincent College. Arthur, how do you get a win here tonight?
Well, for me, it starts with the regular season payback. Last year in this matchup, we saw North Allegheny come on top, man, 28-21. So you know Pine-Richland wants to get their revenge, get their lick back. When we talk about dominating the trenches, Lincoln Hoke, the Pitt commit, we saw him as one of our key players. We know who his father is in terms of the Steelers' two-time Super Bowl champ, Chris Hoke. He has to be the best player in the trenches for North Allegheny, and then the stars shine bright. Whenever you're talking rematch, whenever you're talking about a 5A playing up versus a 6A, you need your best players, your stars, Khalil Taylor, Jay Timmons, Ubi Strader, to play like they are stars tonight.
Our third member of our crew, Susie Cole, down to the sideline. Susie.
Matt and Arthur, tonight might be a non-conference matchup, but it's going to have all the rivalry feels between the North Allegheny Tigers and Pine-Richland Rams. Tigers head coach Art Walker said that the Rams have a very well-balanced run-pass offense, elite size up front, a dual-threat quarterback in Ubi Strader. So it's all about the Tigers making sure that they are defending every inch of the field tonight. Rams head coach John Ladon said that the Tigers are well-disciplined, well-coached. They're not going to beat themselves, so the Rams better minimize their mistakes tonight. Again, tonight is for all the bragging rights of the North, and while it might be a non-conference game, we're going to get all the rivalry feels. Matt?
Susie, thank you. Yes, it's the 22nd all-time meeting between these two northern rivals, North Allegheny, Pine-Richland. The Tigers hold the overall lead 13-8, but the last 14 of these matchups tied 7 apiece. Who runs the North tonight? We'll find out. Kickoff coming up next.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. From October 16th to November 6th, spend $350 and earn a free turkey on your next visit. Redeem through November 30th. Because this holiday season, we're thankful for you. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons.
Primary care sports medicine physicians.
Board-certified physical therapists.
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
Nutrition.
Athletic training.
Sports performance. Everything is right here that you need. We deliver that right to you.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles, we build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Further option until the second half.
Here we go. The Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week tonight from Pine-Richland as the Rams host the North Allegheny Tigers and a battle of the North. Student sections are packed. Not much of a trek for either of these fan bases. Pink out night here at Pine-Richland. Steely McBeam, all the who's who is here. Charlie Batch down on the field moments ago for the coin toss. A part of all the pomp and circumstance that comes with the Steelers High School Showcase being here. And, you know, for these two proud programs, they're even excited that the Steelers picked this game to feature, knowing what it means to these two communities.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, when you think about a night like tonight, senior night, obviously when you're talking about the Pine-Richland Rams, the history with both of these teams in terms of their matchups, the energy is here. And the fact that we do have this broadcast with the Steelers backing it, I mean, it just makes it that much sweeter for this stage to be set.
It's time for the Shell kickoff. Ethan Maravich will do the honors for the Tigers and send it to the Pine-Richland receiving unit. Khalil Taylor and Jay Timmons back to receive. They're going to try to kick it short to kick it away from him, fielded from the 25-yard line. And across the 30 on the return for Pine-Richland, Jalen Niels. And that's a smart move by Art Walker. And he's been at it a long time. He's not going to let these playmakers do it. Khalil Taylor did the first time he touched the ball in a Pine-Richland jersey, took a kickoff back.
You're absolutely right. When you talk about what he did versus Central Catholic to start the season off, smart move by Arthur Walker, making sure that, hey, do not put the ball in Khalil Taylor or Jay Timmons' hands on plays like that. Make them have to earn it.
There's Aaron Ubi-Strader, the quarterback, dazzling with his scrambling ability and now his arm. He's been very impressive this season. 8 rushing touchdowns, 21 passing touchdowns over 1,500 yards through the air. Strader goes back to pass on first down, sinks it over the middle of the field, and it is completed. And guess who? It's Khalil Taylor on the reception and already into North Allegheny territory.
A really good job right there by Khalil Taylor, recognizing one-on-one pass coverage, and then from there, Ubi Strader taking his time, holding the safety with his eyes, and then delivering a strike right in stride to Khalil Taylor. If he keeps his feet, maybe he's still running, but either way, nice explosive play to start this game off for Pine-Richland.
Picks up 25 yards from the 44. Strader sets up the screen pass to the far side boundary. It's completed to Timmons. Timmons shakes off one and finally gets knocked out of bounds. Not before another first down and another big chunk of yards there. They pick up 19 on the screen pass.
And I like the adjustment by Coach Ladon right there to go with the screen pass. Defensively, North Allegheny switched to the too-high look to prevent the deep throw. So what do? They can't be right. Throw the screen, get it into your playmaker's hands, and then from there, Jay Timmons does the rest. Explosive pickup for another first down.
Timmons on the catch. How about James Harrison on the tackle?
Love it. All my former teammates out here tonight, baby.
Another screen pass again to Timmons. And this time he'll only pick his way for 3. It will be the first time Pine-Richland is faced with the second down on this drive after picking up 2 first downs to open it.
Yeah, when you talk about Pine-Richland, obviously they love to be physical and run the football, but when they are clicking at their best, that's when they're able to put the ball in the air and get it into Khalil Taylor and Jay Timmons' hands. So watch for them to continue to do that, but let's see if Lincoln Hoke and that North Allegheny defensive line can have a little something to say about it.
Second down at 8, they gave him 2. It'll be Strader. Play action, back to pass, plenty of time. Now pressure, rolls, looks, and overshoots his intended receiver, incomplete. Jalen Neals, the intended man there, but Strader had all day to decide.
Yeah, when you're talking about Pine-Richland, that's what they want to see. Ubi having plenty of time to scan the field, go through his progressions. Obviously, we see a little bit of pressure towards the end from Lincoln Hoke and Grant Gertie, but as a whole, Pine-Richland Rams offensive line doing a really good job to start this game.
Strader on a third down and 8. All the 23-yard line. Jet motion. Strader keeps, weaves his way out of danger initially, and then help arrives, and he gets planted for a loss on the play. Sliding in there, Eli Janowek comes in to make the stop for North Allegheny, and just like that, after big plays, now Pine-Richland faced with the 4th down.
Yeah, interesting call by Pine-Richland to go with the zone read QB keeper, but this has been a little bit of Pine-Richland's MO this year. Feast or famine. Explosive plays, they look good, but when it's time for some of the small, intricate execution, they have struggled a little bit in the past couple of weeks.
4th down and 10. Strader with sidecars to each side. Motions Timmons out of the backfield. Back to pass. Strader looks far side, completes his pass for a first down and more. Timmons into the end zone. Touchdown, Pine-Richland. From 25 yards away, Timmons and the Rams on the board first.
A player that they have been missing for the past couple of weeks. When you talk about Jay Timmons, this is why every school wants him. His ability to run after catch. He's so explosive with the football. Nice hands catch, survives the contact, and then has the burst to get into the end zone. Gives Pine-Richland the score to get the lead to start this game off, but excellent run after catch. And once again, this is the second time we've seen him catching a pass down by the line of scrimmage and taking it for an explosive gain. Really good job by Jay Timmons to start this night off.
Is here to attempt the extra point. Is good. Pine-Richland gets on the board first, 7-0 over North Allegheny. The Tigers try when we come back on the Steelers Showcase.
Turkey's in season at Eaton Park. Whether you're craving it hot, stacked, Pittsburgh style, or served up with all the fixings, we've got you covered. Starting at just $10.99. Add a slice of pumpkin pie to any of these favorites for only $1.99. Only at Eaton Park.
Pittsburgh, get ready to see PPG Pace Arena like never before. PPG Pace Arena tours take you behind the scenes of the home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is your chance to step inside the Penguins locker room and feel the history of the 5-time Stanley Cup champs. See the ice from a player's point of view and go where legendary broadcasters called the biggest moments in Penguins history. From championship stories to behind-the-scenes secrets, this tour is the ultimate Penguins experience. Visit ppgpacearena.com and book your tour today.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Fermanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
At Hello Bistro, we keep it fresh. Fresh flavors, fresh choices, endless ways to build what you're craving. Because food should be as bold as you are. You deserve fresh. Only at Hello Bistro.
Take a look at our Kelly Automotive Drive recap. 6 plays, 69 yards, 2:02 off the opening quarter clock here at Gibsonia's Pine-Richland Stadium. And the Rams have an early 7-0 lead, and doing it by way of the air, Arthur, and not what they've done a lot of this season, which is run the football.
Yeah, decided to switch it up on that opening drive, but a ton of success. So we'll see if they're able to continue with that recipe or if they got to go back to their bread and butter.
From the 5-yard line, return for North Allegheny up to about the 20-yard line for Corey Pitts. And let's check downstairs with Susie Cool.
When asked to describe senior defensive back Jay Timmons in one word, Rams head coach John Ladon simply said enforcer. Timmons plays with a mentality that no one can lining up across from him can beat. He carries a chip on his shoulder, and the senior plays like he has something to prove every single snap. The combo of the swagger, confidence, and physicality makes Timmons incredibly valuable to this Rams team on both sides of the ball. Matt?
Yeah, you saw how valuable it was on the offensive side, and yeah, that's a great point, Susie. He has that swagger, but he also has a confidence about him as Brinkley throws into traffic, incomplete. Trying to find Corey Pitts was Brady Brinkley. Could not do so, and it goes second down and 10 for the North Allegheny Tigers, who are 7-1 on the season, and they rely a lot on their second-year man at the quarterback position.
Yeah, Brady Brinkley, he's been a little bit up and down, but when he's playing at his best is when he's getting the ball in 21's hand, Corey Pitts.
And they go to the ground game to the North Allegheny Tigers, and it's Rohan getting the carry for a 9-yard pickup on second down. Going to make it a manageable, and Rohan's going to need to have a big game here to keep these Tigers in this ball game. And he's a key cog in the wheel for the Tigers.
No, absolutely. Their ability to run the football is going to be critical tonight. That offensive line is going to have to provide running lanes, but also whenever Brady does decide to pass, the protection is going to be key. But you're absolutely right when you're talking about that rushing attack early on.
3rd down and 1 for the Tigers, and everything gets blown dead on a 3rd and 1, and there's an encroachment penalty on the Rams. This is going to be a free 5, and Steely has a yellow hanky in his hand, but that's a terrible foul, not a flag.
Penalty will result in a first down.
So the 5-yard penalty moves them up to the 34.
And when you're talking about for North Allegheny, it doesn't matter how you continue the drive. You just get the first down and keep the drive alive. So good job by them showing some discipline, and now you got a fresh set of downs.
Fresh set they do. 1st down and 10. Brinkley back to pass. Time. Stetson throws. Got a beat on his defensive back, but overcooked it for everybody. Incomplete. Corey Pitts had burned the secondary of Pine-Richland, but unfortunately the pass overshot.
Yeah, Corey Pitts, like I said, man, that's one of North Allegheny's best players on their team, offensively and defensively. And if you're Brady Brinkley, that's the guy that you're going to want to connect with. I like the attempt, I like the mindset, but those are the ones that you can't have near misses on when you're playing against Pine-Richland.
Brinkley came into tonight 97 of 171, 3 interceptions to his 12 touchdown passes on the year. Solid numbers for Brinkley, who started in quarterback by committee last year before he won the position later in the season. Tigers lose to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the 6A championship game. More Hankies fly.
False start on the offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Our official tonight is Kerry Ripley.
See, he's a Steelers fan. He's just throwing out his version of the terrible towel. He heard about Timmons and Harrison and Hoke and all these other guys. Charlie Batch up here. Think I saw Vince Williams roaming the sideline. Of course they want to. They say, you know what? It's my terrible towel. This is my version.
I like the thought. 2nd and 14. They hand it off to Pitts. Pitts juking and jiving his way to the 39-yard line and picked up some of that lost penalty yardage. And again, with Allegheny at least doing themselves some favors, giving them some manageable third downs here.
Absolutely. I like the approach right here, getting the ball in your playmaker's hands. You try to throw it deep, you couldn't connect, so give it to him out the backfield and watch Corey Pitts do the rest right there. And this is a big reason why North Allegheny likes to play through him offensively.
3rd down at 5 after the pickup of 9. Ball rests at the 39-yard line. There's Pitts in the slot. Rohan to the right of Brinkley. Designed run play for Brinkley, and it all collapses in on him. Loss on the play, and Dylan Michael, the sophomore, leading the way.
Yeah, really good job by Dylan Michael up in the front part of that D-line right there. The big guy, 9'9", ultimately doing a good job using his hands, and then from there, creating the tackle. Excellent work, and now you force North Allegheny into a punting situation, and you look at the two guys he's punting to. Ooh, pick your poison.
I picked the boundary line is what I would pick. But nevertheless, punt is headed in that direction. And fair catch by Timmons called, and that will take us to a break. Steelers High School Showcase in the North Hills tonight. Pine-Richland leads at 7-0.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life. For many years, UPMC has been at the forefront of technology and cutting-edge research.
Published more than any institution in the world with concussion, knee ACL injuries, to the shoulder, to the hip, to all the big joints. Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, JBU Life, Giant Eagle, grocery shopping made easy. Back to Pine-Richland, where the Rams, there is the Ram, part of the mob tonight. Pink out night here in Pine-Richland country, 7-0 Rams. They have the football and the lead. Ubi Strader goes to Mac Miller. First carry for Mac. Mac comes into tonight, 10 touchdowns, 778 yards, on the ground for Mac Miller. All name team nomination. You don't even give him the nomination. Give him a trophy.
No, absolutely right on that one, man. And especially being in the Western Pennsylvania area, Mac Miller, do your thing tonight, man. Definitely excited to watch this kid, man. And he's one of those tough guys, one of the guys that really sets the tone when you're talking about the Pine-Richland Rams and that physical rushing attack they're used to.
Second down at 8 from the shotgun. Strader looks near side, fires that way on the near side. Khalil Taylor finally pulled down. Cameron Kushner saved it from being an even bigger play as the Pine-Richland Rams get into North Allegheny territory and picks up 35 yards on the pass and catch.
And that was really good job by Ubi Strader with the pump fake to ultimately hold that squatting corner, and then from there finding that sweet hole in between the corner and the safety for Khalil Taylor's big pickup. Nice job by the Pine-Richland Rams.
Strader, screen pass again to Taylor. Taylor gets shoved out of bounds by Corey Pitts. And Khalil Taylor, interesting story about him. He's at Seton LaSalle last year, plays in the WPIAL championship game, decides to transfer up to Pine-Richland rather, gets road eligible, now decommits from Penn State following the firing of James Franklin. And a lot of recruits in that same boat, but he opens up his recruiting. He actually decommitted before the firing, just days before. So maybe he knew something.
A little foreshadowing. But either way, this kid is one of the best receivers, best athletes in the country. And here you see right here, oh!
You almost saw why right on that play as Taylor cannot secure it. Just a junior.
And good job defensively by Corey Pitts. These are some of those opportunities, man, when we are faced with a guy like Khalil Taylor, man, who we know is all world, has a lot of attention on him. If you want to get your name out there, you want to get recruited by some of these schools, match up against him. So we'll see what Corey Pitts is able to do tonight. He won that rep right there, but Khalil Taylor is going to be a handful tonight.
Third down at 3. Strader keeps and jukes his way right to our first down line. And depending on the spot, our line's accurate. It's a first down, and the officials agree with it. First down, Rams.
Yeah, and that's the dual threat ability of Ubi Strader. His ability to sit back, as we've seen with his arm, but now, whoop, make number 11 wait on it. Ultimately does just enough to get the first down and keep this Pine-Richland offense now in the red zone going.
Yeah, knocking on our Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone. Look here to this near sideline as the offense for the Rams looks to punch in another score. Not been in many close games this season. Slant pattern to Taylor and a great open field tackle. Quickly, Kellen Frank wraps him up.
And I like the adjustment right there by North Allegheny, going to a too-high look to give Corey Pitts a little bit of help over there versus Khalil Taylor. Then right there you see the safety coming out the middle of the field and then making a nice tackle, not allowing any yards after the catch. That's the little things that are going to be important for North Allegheny tonight.
Strader with Miller to his left on a second down and 2. They give it off to Miller, and Mack is into the end zone. Touchdown, Pine-Richland. Rams extend the lead here in the opening frame. Miller from 14.
Now that's the Pine-Richland Rams offense that a lot of us are accustomed to seeing. Mac Miller running up on that left side behind big 77 John Coran, big 66 James Coran, and then of course at left tackle, DeJour Webb. But nice job right there by the big guys providing a hole, and Mac Miller doing the rest.
11th rushing touchdown of the season for Mac. Mestre on for another PAT. And it's good. 5:20 to play in our first quarter. Senior night at Pine-Richland. And Mac Miller scoring on senior night, giving the Rams a 2-touchdown advantage here on KDKA+.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
You might not see the people's pipelines that deliver you safe, reliable natural gas every day because they are out of sight, hiding beneath your feet. But what's out of your sight is not out of our minds. We move through busy city streets to upgrade the infrastructure that served our region for decades, using state-of-the-art materials that reduce emissions to power homes and businesses with essential energy for generations to come. That's people's commitment to making your life better.
You know, when Gary's call came in, just by the sound of the call, you knew that this was a bad injury.
When I saw Gary in the hospital room, they were afraid that his injuries were so severe that the lower leg wouldn't be salvageable. It was 50-50 as to whether Gary was going to keep the lower limb.
My name's Gary. When I needed help the most, Edgar Snyder was there for me. I wouldn't have wanted no one else. I'm glad they were my team, straight up.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
A deep ball here that's caught and going all the way to the end zone. Steele and McBeam in the building. And a little rock, paper, scissors.
True man of the people right there. Look at him. High-fiving the kids, the next generation. Love to see it. Shout out to Steele. He was hitting the gym too. I don't know if you saw that. You see the arms, right? Okay.
Gosh.
It was leg day, too. That's what he told me.
That private gym setup for him is impressive. Return for North Allegheny. Pitts short of the 20. Tigers take over trailing by 2 scores. Another Kelly Automotive drive recap. First drive was 6 plays. This one is 7. Goes 65 yards, 2:01 off the clock. Kelly Automotive in the driver's seat of our drive recaps.
No, you're absolutely right. And early on, we're seeing Pine-Richland have a little bit more aggressiveness, right? But then also we're seeing their stars shine tonight. When we're talking about Jay Timmons and the production we've already seen from him in the first quarter, and then when you look at Khalil Taylor and the production that he's having, this is how you envision it if you're Pine-Richland starting this game out in the first quarter.
And you said it earlier, pick your poison, and they hand it off here, and nothing is available. Just bogged down in the backfield. Not much available.
Yeah, really nice read right here by that Pine-Richland defense. You obviously see number 8, Hans Major, and number 18 coming out of the secondary, Grant Pillar, to make that stop right there and ultimately put North Allegheny in a 2nd and long.
Caden Petro, tailback for the Tigers. Fake it to Pitts. Brinkley under pressure. Brinkley goes down. He is sacked. And sacked on the play. Andrighetti. Holton Andrighetti gets in there and gets the sack.
Yeah, it's hard to run this play versus a Pine-Richland defense that is really disciplined and plays with a lot of speed right there. They tried to have everybody going to the offense's left. Colton Andrighetti, excellent job with his eyes staying home and ultimately gets the sack, and now we got 3rd and 17 for this North Allegheny offense.
North Allegheny, close win last week against Cannon McMillan. It clinched them a 6A playoff spot. It was the 200th win for Art Walker as a North Allegheny head coach. Over 250 in his career. Brinkley on 3rd and long, gonna dump it off, and he dumps it into the hands of the Rams. Intercepted down the far sideline and finally tossed out of bounds. It will be 1st and goal for the Pine-Richland Rams. DeJohn Webb comes away with the INT.
Excellent job right here by the Pine-Richland Rams. You see those guys staying home. Brady ultimately takes a ill-advised throw, and then from there, DeJohn Webb does the rest. High point in the football, gets the interception, and now you have Pine-Richland knocking on the door for the potential to go up 3 scores in the first quarter. Excellent job by that Rams defense on that play.
Webb, a 19-yard interception return that sets the Rams up first down and goal at the 6. They start a drive in the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone.
And based on what just happened last time, I would like to see them come right back to this run.
That's Miller, and they give the call. Mack spinning his way down. Mack Miller with the spins down to the 2.
Getting a little hurry up. Looks like they're coming right back to it as well, so would not be surprised when you pick up that much on the first play.
Mack again. He's in. It's a party in Gibsonia for Mack Miller and the Rams. A second touchdown on senior night in the first frame. And the Pine-Richland Rams extend their lead to 3 touchdowns.
And welcome back to Mack Miller. Obviously, we know he's been missing the past couple of weeks, but it's good to see him getting here and picking up where he left off. Once again, going off that left side of the offensive line where we talk about the big guys up there providing the rushing lanes, and then right there, Mack Miller doing the rest, bringing the energy, and now expanding this to a 3-score lead.
Ester's extra point is good. And the Rams of Pine-Richland rely on Mack.
You can feel the energy from that Pine-Richland Rams defense, or that Pine-Richland Rams sideline right now, and just these fans in here tonight. We obviously know they're supporting breast cancer awareness with the pink out, so it's always cool to see that. But then when you're looking at just the crowd on a senior night, last time a lot of these kids are going to ever touch this field, man, or even touch a field in general, you can see they're leaving it out here tonight.
Pine certainly feeling it right now, up 21-0 in the first quarter. And just a series of unfortunate events. You can't give Pine-Richland the ball inside your own 10-yard line. You know what's bound to happen if you do that. And on the other side, it hasn't mattered.
Yeah, and this is a little bit uncharacteristic for North Allegheny. They've done a really good job this season of protecting the football outside of the Central Catholic game where they lost. They turned the ball over in that game, and that was how that game got, the score that it was in terms of it being 21-6. Right here, though, you can see versus a Pine-Richland team, you can't have the self-inflicted issues because they're good enough already.
Kick from the 4. And it's Corey Pitts on the return, and he lost the football. Pine-Richland says they have it. The officials have not signaled. Pine still clamoring like they have the football. The officials have not ruled anything yet, even though Pine has come out of the scrum with the football. A conference will ensue as the Zebras talk it over and decide it's North Allegheny football.
You talk about a lucky break for North Allegheny. Wow.
I mean, that's almost your football game.
No, absolutely.
They go down and put another one in.
And, I mean, this is Corey Pitts we're talking about, one of North Allegheny's best players. But the ball security matters, man. Excellent job right there. Looks like number 8, Hans Maher, ultimately forcing that fumble. But somehow, some way, North Allegheny came up with that football. And let's see if they can find some type of positivity for their offense tonight.
Brinkley hands it off. It's Petro getting traced down by Khalil Taylor. And the speed on the outside for these Rams, it's lethal.
Yeah, this is the issue for North Allegheny. You're not having success running downhill, so you're trying to attack the perimeter, but guys like Khalil Taylor, guys like Jay Timmons out there on those edges, they can fly and they're physical on the edge, and that's why you're seeing them really just having some trouble getting anything going offensively.
Taylor rated the 5th best prospect in the state of Pennsylvania, according to Rivals. 2027 class. Brinkley thinking about taking off with it. He does, and as he was making that decision, Pine-Richland was slicing in. Grant Pillar, the senior, he was a pillar.
You're absolutely right, Grant Pillar. Once again, staying home, excellent eye discipline while he's sitting in the zone. Watching the quarterback, you can see him right there, and then when he decides to run, 1, 2 defenders. That lets you know that they are very disciplined in what they're being taught, and obviously they're able to take it to the field tonight.
Brinkley from the shotgun on a 3rd down at 11.
And no Corey Pitson on this play either.
Something to keep an eye out as they go 5 wide. Empty setback. Brinkley with some pressure. Brinkley goes down. Ball comes out. Rams on it one more time. Colton Andrighetti again. He had the INT and give this kid a fumble recovery now.
And once again, number 8, Hans Major, who forced the fumble on the kickoff. You see him right there with the relentless pressure, forcing the strip sack. And then right there, you see big number 10, Colton Andrighetti for the recovery. And now you have this Pine-Richland offense knocking on the door, getting ready to score another touchdown in the first quarter.
Second turnover inside the North Allegheny red zone. 1:33 to play in the first quarter. Rams looking for a 4th touchdown. Strader back to pass. Post pattern. Caught. Timmons. Touchdown. Pine-Richland. Timmons, second one of the night. And Ubi dials up another one to Jay Timmons.
You talk about an offense cooking on all cylinders right now. That is this. They scored the last time with the run, so what did they do? Fake it to Mac Miller this time, holds the linebackers, and then from there, beautiful throw. Hits Jay Timmons right in stride. Excellent hands catch for another touchdown. And this Pine-Richland offense is feeling unstoppable right now.
And they're looking unstoppable as well. Extra point is good. Extra point was blocked, I beg your pardon. 27-0 it will be. The total yardage right now is Pine-Richland 151 to -3 for North Allegheny.
Yeah, like we said, not the start that you want for North Allegheny. For Pine-Richland, if we could get a replay, you could see just the bind that this run fake ultimately puts that North Allegheny defense in. And that's the problem when you're talking about playing against Pine-Richland. They have so many ways that they can attack you. So many ways, whether you're talking about running the football or when they decide to go through the air, and that's the challenge with this team.
Let's take another look at this score on our UPMC Sports Medicine Instant Replay.
Yeah, so right here, when we start this thing off, you can see pre-snap the no safeties, right, in terms of North Allegheny. Now when you start the play, this play-action pass element pulls up all these linebackers, and now it is a clear window for Jay Timmons to catch this pass for the touchdown. If they didn't have the success running the football on that previous drive, that defense doesn't have the same reaction to that run fake as they did on that play right there. But nice job mirroring concepts. And that's what you always hear people talk about professionally. You want to have everything looking the same, so defensively, you can't tell what they're doing. And that's the advantage for the offense that you saw right there.
Yeah, it's all about that competitive edge. You think you know what's coming, and you don't. Pitts on the return. He gets yanked down shy of the 20. And the Tigers will try to dig themselves out of a 27-point hole. As we take a look at the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette 5A power rankings, the Rams of Pine-Richland, the defending champs of 5A. On top with Peters and Woody High 2 and 3. St. Clair and Penn Trafford round out the list.
That is a loaded division at 5A.
Oh, it is loaded. 6A, they just do 4 because that's the only, however many teams make the playoffs. Central 1, NA 2. Norwood and Cannon Mac vying for spots 3 and 4 in that 6A classification. Pitts gets the catch, gets across the 20 to the 26-yard line, and right at the sticks. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Second down coming up here for the Tigers.
I like the adjustment, though, for North Allegheny. Get the ball out fast because obviously the pressure from Pine-Richland has been impacting Brady a little bit more. So you find a way to get Corey Pitts the ball on a nice swing route, gets him up on the sideline running, and now you have a second and manageable. Really good job on that first down play.
Brinkley. Play action. Slant pattern. Caught for Pitts. Pitts bouncing off of a tackler and springboarding it forward right shy of the 45. That picks up 18 and a North Allegheny first down.
And that's what you want to see for North Allegheny. Get the ball into your playmakers' hands. Corey Pitts is your most explosive, your most elusive player on offense, and the more they can get him the ball, the better it will be. Now, on this play, you see him on the sideline catching his breath, so we'll see what the alternative to that is, but that's the guy that they want to have the ball in his hands.
They give it off to Petro, and he'll picks his way to the 50. This offensive line for North Allegheny is also highly touted. We talked about Lincoln Hoke at right guard. Right tackle is Grant Gritty. Left tackle is Ryan Logan. Left guard, Declan Flaherty.
And you can see right there, man, following up on that right side, Lincoln Hoke, Grant Gritty, and that gave him a nice push right there for a 6-yard pickup.
Colin Sefik is the center for the Tigers. They go jet motion to Cameron Kushner, and Kushner can't even get the corner before he is met immediately. Andrighetti again on the tackle for the Rams. And that's the way 12 will come to a close. 12 minutes, 4 touchdowns for Pine-Richland. The Rams roaring. Come back with us here on the Steelers Showcase.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Macero Construction Group, building Pittsburgh, serving you.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons,
primary care sports medicine physicians,
board-certified physical therapists,
a comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion,
nutrition,
athletic training,
sports performance. Everything is right here that you need. We deliver that right to you.
Welcome on into Pine-Richland Stadium. The Pine-Richland Rams up 27-0 over the North Allegheny Tigers in a big non-conference matchup here tonight, going into the second quarter alongside the one and only former quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Charlie Batch. I'm Susie Cool. Charlie, you were also a former Steel Valley Ironman, so you've been around the WPIAL for a long time. How have you seen it grow over the years?
Yeah, this is always exciting because obviously the crowds are what they are and what you're going to get here. But this time of year, you start kind of creeping closer to playoffs. This is where you start to see the intensity pick up.
If you had to go back as a player in the WPIAL now, what would you change about your approach to go pro?
Oh, man. The way that they do everything now, like 7-on-7 is not what it is now. When I play versus what it is now, that's where you're gaining your experience, especially at the skill positions. And ultimately, that's transitioning to what you're seeing out here. And ultimately, all these guys are friends. Even though you're different teams, but ultimately they all come back and really the camaraderie is there.
What's impressed you the most about this Pine team tonight, already being up 27-0?
Yeah, the speed on this team is unbelievable right now, and they're not making mistakes. Of course, this is senior rec, so at that particular point, these guys are coming out. The fans are electric out here, and you can see the team is feeding off the energy.
Charlie, you're always electric whenever you visit us here on the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Matt and Arthur, we're back up to you, the one and only Charlie Batch.
Operator.
Thank you, Susie, and thanks to Charlie. We go back a ways, Chuck and I.
Isn't that the truth?
And can't thank him enough what he's meant to my career and so many young people's lives here in Pittsburgh, what he does with the Best of the Batch Foundation. Just giving back. He's continued to do so.
Heck, not just the young people, even us middle-aged people as well, man. Guy who's been monumental in terms of my transition post-football, man, and even getting into the media career. So big shout-out to Charlie Batch, man.
You know, I always say, if he wanted to run for mayor.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think anyone
he
run
has my
against
vote.
him, right?
He has my vote. And this is a nice play right here by that Rams defense also, man. They're playing like they're trying to give host the night as well, baby. Shout out to those Rams on defense.
Data Petro's not going to know whether he walks to score or chooses lunch after that one. Fourth down coming up.
I mean, and when you think about North Allegheny right now, you can see them scrambling, kind of talking through what they want to do. But I think it's really simple. You got to get the ball in 21's hands on this play. It's a got to have it fourth down situation.
Jet motion on fourth down. That was Kushner. Brinkley pressured. Down he goes. Sacked on the play. DeJour Webb leads the way.
Nice job with the pass rush up front. Brady was ultimately holding the ball, trying to find Corey Pitts. They did a good job, though, of having underneath coverage on Corey, and that made him hold the ball just enough. And then from there, you watch big number 58, DeJour Webb, Dejon Webb ultimately being able to hand fight the O-line and then come off of that to make a nice sack and force the turnover on downs. Now it's time for the Rams to keep it going, see if they can put some more points on the board.
Yeah, DeJour and Dejon, brothers on this Pine-Richland squad. First down at 10 for the Rams. Screen pass. And they're going to go with the wide receiver pass. It's underthrown, but caught by Timmons, who walks into the end zone. LaDon goes to the bag of tricks, and it comes up aces. Touchdown Pine-Richland, 46 yards.
The stars are shining bright tonight. Jay Timmons, the Florida State University commit. You see the double pass right there, and then from there, beautiful job by Jalen Nils, throwing it up, giving this guy a chance, and then from there, let the four-star FSU commit go up top and show why he is so special. But nice job right here by Pine-Richland. The aggressive call following the turnover on downs. John LaDon understanding you got a team on the ropes, and then from there, go ahead and take the top off the defense with the big explosive touchdown pass.
This time, the kick is good. As Trey puts it through the poles. Rams leading on senior night 34-0 over their rivals.
I think this is a model institution. You are a point of pride here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You understand that going to college is also about what you do after college and making sure you are arming your students with the opportunity to have the skills they need to go out and chart their own path to success in their futures.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Bear Mazda. We have a great opportunity for you. 2025 Mazda CX-30 lease. Only $29.99 down for as low as $289 a month. We have 129 new Mazdas in stock for immediate delivery. What a great selection. Come on up, drive one home today.
The honest dealer, believably different, Bud Bear.
College isn't for everyone, but from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having zero student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons,
primary care sports medicine physicians,
board-certified physical therapists,
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion,
nutrition,
athletic training,
sports performance.
Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Herc Rentals, Kelly Automotive, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, How about a hat trick for touchdowns for Jay Timmage already? 3 touchdowns, 5 catches for 103 yards for the FSU-bound Jay Timmage. And the Rams are out to a 34-0 advantage. And we've just played about 13 and change of football so far. From the 5, here's Pitts. And Pitts has struggled to even get to the 20-yard line. But, Arthur, you want to take another look at this bag of tricks here from Coach LeDon?
Absolutely. The double pass to Jalen Neal and obviously hitting Jay Timmons. As we see right here, the alignment, let's play the play because defensively, they ultimately bite on this fake right here. And then from there, you see the beautiful throw by Jalen Neals, takes advantage of 23 having bad eyes, and then from there, Jay Timmons does the rest. Excellent work, though, right there. When you talk about having a team down and you want to take their heart away, these are the type of plays, the execution that you need to ultimately accomplish that, and that's a nice job right there to expand this lead to 34 points now.
Is that a nominee for You Got Mossed?
I think so. And then when you throw the history of who that player is on top of it, yeah, strong candidate for that.
Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by GBU Life. Protect what matters now. Great shots high above Pine-Richland Stadium tonight. Coming up on the 10-minute mark of our second frame, Brinkley and the Tigers trying to put something together. That's Caden Petro behind Brinkley in the pistol. He'll get the call and shimmy his way, trying to get separated from Dylan Michael, and Michael was having none of it. 5'10", 205-pound sophomore on that defensive front for the Rams.
Yeah, that's a tough ask right there, man. But this is the thing that you don't want to do. Get into a playing catch-up matchup versus a Pine-Richland defense that is designed for this. They have the type of players that can keep a top on the defense but still get after the quarterback, and you're seeing the fit that is ultimately putting North Allegheny in.
North Allegheny's offensive coordinator is Derek Brinkley. That's Brady's father. But Derek's been on the staff for 18 years at North Allegheny, so just about as long as Brady's been alive. A little longer, actually.
Maybe a little longer, absolutely.
Flags fly. And how about this one? Brady's uncle, Doug, is the North Allegheny defensive coordinator.
Number 57.
I like when we keep it in the family like this, man. The continuity, the bloodlines. This seems to be a reoccurrence for us week to week now, man.
Doug's been on the staff for 21 years, all 21 that Art's been the head coach of the Tigers.
But when you think about the success that North Allegheny has had under Arthur Walker on top of that, Art Walker on top of that, there's a reason why, and that continuity definitely points to that. I know tonight isn't reflective of that, but as a whole, their body of work does show that continuity and the success that they've had.
Issue with the snap. Brinkley was able to pull it away and now try to come away, and ball came loose as Timmons delivered another tough hit.
I believe they said they call him the enforcer, right? That's what Coach LeDon said. Dr. LeDon?
Dr. John.
Dr. LeDon? Yeah.
I think Brinkley is down right now for the Tigers. And yeah, busted play. Brinkley slow to get up after that hit. And we will step aside here on KDKA+.
Have a nice day, family.
What would they do without me?
Can someone fix my hair? Must have cheesy eggs.
I can't find my keys.
No, annoying! Never. I'm the king of
Oh, I need some help.
I better get more life insurance.
You're irreplaceable, but a life insurance policy from GBU Life can provide your family with the resources for a well-planned future. Visit gbu.org to get started.
Fall
is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Welcome to La Roche University, where experience isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life.
At La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
So we came in today just kind of getting a general idea of valuing a model and how it is done in actual real-life time.
I think what they're doing in La Roche with the applied learning has a lot of value for the students. They're able to see the real-world numbers come to life, and that has a lot of impact for them.
La Roche University, engaging minds, embracing the world.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
Second quarter action here from Pine-Richland, 34-0. Rams over Tigers. Punt unit is out. Brinkley was helped off the field. Get an update on his condition as Taylor weaves his way. Taylor has speed, and he goes right past him into the end zone for a Pine-Richland touchdown. Unbelievable, that easy, 52 yards.
When they first lined up the punt to start the game and we said, hey, pick your poison, this is what we were referring to. The ability for Khalil Taylor to get the football, his ability to create after. This is why he's special. Starts from the right side and then from there outruns everybody. Nice job, but it looks like it is coming back due to a holding call.
Yeah, and this one was way back originally, but I mean,
you see a glimpse of what he's capable of.
Our job up here is to put things into words, and I about didn't have any for what Khalil Taylor just did and made that look that easy.
And I'm supposed to be the professional that doesn't get excited about explosive plays, and I'm up here throwing up the touchdown signal. He's scoring. He's scoring. So I get it, man. Here we are, though. This is why we love what we do.
Amen. As Khalil Taylor is like, hey, I could score too.
I would like to see them come back to him since they just took his touchdown off the board.
Right. And Strader, time, fires on the money. It's completed to DeJohn Webb, and Webb has a first down at the 30-yard line at North Allegheny. Pitts knocks him out.
And that was really impressive by Ubi Strader right here. Going through his progressions, you see him patient, going through first read, second read, and then nice throw to DeJohn Webb right there. And then from there, nice hands catch, run after ability, picks up the first down for that Rams offense and keeps them going.
15 yards on the pass and catch.
Now I'm waiting on them to take another shot to Khalil Taylor based on how they're trying to guard him right now one-on-one.
Bottom of your screen is Taylor, but they'll go to Mack, and Miller will only get a yard. Quickly pulled down there, and Strader came onto the scene hot as a freshman, had an amazing come-from-behind win over Penn Hills. Ended up getting hurt at halftime of the 2023 WPIAL championship game in a loss to Peters Township. Of course, got the win last year as Timmons finds space one more time. You think he's okay? You know, he missed the last couple weeks.
I've been a little concerned about conditioning, about if he was explosive tonight. I don't think he's missed a beat. Okay, wherever he was rehabbing it, I think he did an excellent job. And right there, you see, just get the ball in his hands. That's what he's capable of.
Strader.
False start on the offense, number 4, 5-yard penalty, Still first down.
Went over 100 completions tonight, came in with 99, and has thrown touchdown passes 22 and 23 of his seasons.
And he's a guy that has continued to get better each and every year. I know last year the first time I got a chance to see him was in that WPIAL championship game versus Peters Township, and he made some of the big plays with his arm, but you also saw his legs, and that was, for me, one of those things that was like, yo, definitely pay attention to this guy. You watch what he's doing right now. Oof.
He tried to fit that one in a tight window. Good coverage there for North Allegheny. Cameron Kushner right in on it. Younger brother of Logan, who's at Duquesne University, quarterback there, and one of the all-time greats at NA.
And that's the good thing about NA. You talk about their rich history. You talk about the success, the players that have come through this program. They aren't a team that is afraid of the moment, and they understand what this is, but they're going to keep fighting. They're not going to just give up.
Yeah, you're talking about some of those guys. Lincoln Hoke obviously leads that way, Pitt bound, and obviously with the lineage. Art Walker said if you had 11 Lincoln Hokes, it would be easy. And if you have a Mac Miller, you'll have a Pine-Richland touchdown. Mac Miller, a hat trick tonight. 25 yards away.
Keep the good times rolling. Keep the good times rolling. That offensive line continues to dominate the trenches. And we said for North Allegheny, that was one of their keys. But right here, you see that rushing lane, and then from there, Mac Miller, the burst, does the rest. Excellent work right there by Pine-Richland. Shout out to that offensive line tonight.
Mac Miller, now 13 touchdowns on the season. Extra point is good. And the Rams, you know, we talked about at the top of this broadcast of this, as we take a look at the Kelly Automotive Drive recap, 4 plays, 20 yards, 53 seconds. Pine doing it as efficient as you can get it. We talked about this being the 22nd meeting between these two northern rivals. North Allegheny leads the overall series 13 games to 8, but in the last 14 contests, it has been a 7-7 even straight between the Tigers and the Rams. But a lot of these matchups through the years have not been close. The average margin of victory between these two teams in the last 14 has been 23 points. Now, the Rams right now are doubling that, but there's still a lot of football to be played. But it is funny that the series is so even in terms of history, but the games themselves not so much.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the stats part of it. And then when we even focus it on a 5-year or last 5 matchups, you look and it's 3-2 North Allegheny.
Yep.
So you can see how evenly matched these teams look at each other. But as you said, when they get into these games, execution, turnovers, all of those factors in. And we can see tonight how those have been going in Pine-Richland's favor.
Return for North Allegheny. Corey Pitts sets up the Tiger offense. And trying to get something going.
Do you think Pine-Richland remembers what happened last year versus North Allegheny?
I imagine.
Coming into this game,
it was a
undefeated.
28-21 win for the Tigers at right field at Newman Stadium in Wexford. I was talking with Art Walker, and he said that this game was planned to be the Week 0 game. But when the WPIAL scheduled it themselves, obviously couldn't have been. But they want to play. These two are not afraid of each other. They want to play each other year in and year out. As that one pushed up by Caden Petro. And we have not seen Luke Rohan. And I have to imagine, Arthur, you know, Art said that if anyone was borderline beat up, he wasn't going to play him tonight.
And when you think about playoffs being so close, and both of these teams having WPIAL championship aspirations, I can understand the decision.
Fumble, ball's on the carpet again, and Pine-Richland comes away with another takeaway, and it's the third time tonight. Colton Andrighetti, again, an interception and now 2 fumble recoveries.
And he's doing all this with one hand. You see the big cast club on the left hand, but he finds a way to be a ball magnet. Excellent job by Colton Andrighetti, getting another turnover for that Pine-Richland Rams defense.
Rams set up, again, great field position. Third time they've set up a drive inside North Allegheny's 30-yard line.
You got Jay Timmons in the backfield on this play, too.
They flip it out on a screen, and then, it's a shovel or a lateral, little hook and lateral action there. And it kind of gets blown up there. North Allegheny almost got credit for the football.
Nice recognition by North Allegheny. But you can see where Pine-Richland was scheming up some more trickeration. Jay Timmons hasn't lined up in the backfield all night. You put him back there, and they were trying to work a play to get the hook and lateral to him, get him running on the outside. But nice job by North Allegheny identifying it and taking advantage of some Pine-Richland ball security issues right there.
Shotgun formation for Strader. And a flag flies to blow this one dead. It's a legal procedure penalty here.
False start on the offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So Terry Ripley informs the Rams of their infraction and moves them back. Well, both teams already punched their ticket to the WPIAL playoffs. Pine-Richland in 5A, North Allegheny in 6. Rumors swirling that Pine moves up next year to 6A. Unconfirmed, but time will tell. Second down, play action. Strader, time, throws over the middle. Into the 1-yard line down is Khalil Taylor. Here to the near side, Khalil Taylor had broken free and gets 28 of the needed 29.
And that's a pass that Aaron Strader wants back. He's tapping his chest because he knows that's a blown coverage by that North Allegheny defense, and that should have been a walk-in touchdown. He slightly underthrows it, makes Khalil have to come back for it. But either way, nice recognition, identifying the mishap by North Allegheny, and good job by Khalil Taylor making the adjustment on the play.
They're going to go fade route to Taylor. He has a touchdown now. You've got Moss. A great catch by Khalil Taylor in the back of the end zone, and the Rams are pouring it on.
Now, that's the throw that we expect to see from Aaron Ubi Strader, putting the ball, dropping it in the bucket.
However, ineligible receiver downfield, number 77 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
What does Khalil Taylor need to do to get a touchdown that counts?
Oh, man, Big John Curran ultimately being the guy downfield. But I like the mindset, though, from Ubi Strader, knowing that his guy was supposed to have a touchdown, didn't get it, so let's go right back to the well. An excellent job. Even though it doesn't count, you can see the talent. I wouldn't mind them going right back to it.
Yeah, what's the defensive back thinking about this one right now?
Where's my safety at?
There they go, right back to it. And deja vu, check for flags. This one will stand. Touchdown, Pine-Richland. Khalil Taylor joins the party for the Rams as they pour it on.
You said, what was the DB asking? Where is my safety at? Unfortunately, they were in single coverage right here. Now Khalil beats him to the top once again, and another beautiful throw by Aaron Strader, putting it right to only his guy can make a play on it. And you see the 4-star, the all-world player, the former Penn State commit, making the big-time play for a touchdown.
How about it? Khalil Taylor became a Ram just weeks before the season started, as Mestre puts it through the poles. It's good. And the Rams expand a 48-0 lead. And while everything is clicking and firing on all cylinders right now for Pine-Richland, I think you play this game 10 times, it doesn't swell and balloon like it did tonight and has tonight. But, man, you can't find a weak spot right now in this Pine-Richland squad.
They're loaded. Offense, defense, they can make plays in special teams. They have D1 talent, right? When you're talking about all the guys with scholarship offers, all the guys committed to D1 universities. And realistically, the only team we've seen them struggle with is Central Catholic. And that was one of the only times where they had the turnovers as well.
Yes.
So interesting to see if they can continue like this, who will be able to knock them off.
And it was early in the season. I think they've found their stride. Kelly Automotive drive recap, 3 plays, 24 yards, 105. I mean, even the drive recaps are just video game numbers. John Ladon, Dr. John Ladon, got his doctorate from Carnegie Mellon University. They don't just print those out for anybody.
Absolutely not. He's one of those guys. The doctor.
A return for Pitts. And we'll check downstairs with Susie Cole. How's it going down there?
Thanks, Matt. It's going pretty good. And this week, Rams head coach John Ladon told me that adding a player like wide receiver Khalil Taylor to any roster instantly raises the ceiling of that team. The junior makes ridiculous plays on offense. In the return game, his speed changes the field. There's one-handed catches and highlight grabs. But what stands out the most to Coach Ladon about Taylor is his personality. Though one of the best players in the WPIAL right now, Taylor is quiet, humble, and keeps to himself despite the noise. Matt?
Yeah, he has 107 yards receiving for Taylor, and Timmons has 112. So they're both over 100 yards receiving on the evening. Give it off to Petro. He'll get a yard. And, you know, now for North Allegheny, Arthur, it comes down to, and in a way for Pine as well, is like, are we going to get to see a lot of the younger guys in this game, knowing that this game, well in hand and really in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean a whole lot?
Yeah, and that's for both sides. I'm torn, though, if you are Art Walker, because of how just out of hand this game has gotten. You don't want to carry a lot of this negativity with you as you go forward, because we know what these next couple of weeks are going to mean in terms of postseason play. So I'm sure he wants them to have some type of positive drive prior to halftime to at least give them something to build on going forward.
Petro, another yard, maybe. Tigers and Rams first played 62 years ago. North Allegheny beat Pine-Richland 33-0 in 1963. Maybe they're remembering that one tonight. Of course, back then, Pine was just a budding school district. Much of the area had not been utilized for people to move in the district, and it is, in the last 25 years, it has blown up.
And they continue to add up here, and that's the other part, man.
Set up a pass there, Brinkley. Good to see Brinkley back out there, by the way. He tries to find Pitts, cannot. Punt unit is out. Busy night for Kevin Thompson, who's the special teams coordinator for North Allegheny. He's been with Art Walker all 21 years at North Allegheny, and dating back to even when Art Walker was the head coach at Pittsburgh Central Catholic before then.
I say a lot of history with those two guys right there, and a lot of success together as well.
As the punt finds itself down the far boundary there inside the 40, tapped down. Pine-Richland will get back to work, and we were talking about all of the Pittsburgh Steelers connections that these two programs have. The Harrisons, James Harrison and his two sons. Of course, Chris Hoke, Super Bowl champ, and Jay Lawrence Timmons.
Like I said, a beautiful thing seeing my former teammates, James Harrison, obviously both of his sons, James and Henry, out there. You talk about Hokey, bro, big Chris Hoke, and what Lincoln is doing out here. And then, of course, not just my former teammate, but this is the guy I sat next to every meeting for 3 years. Lawrence Timmons and his son, Jay Timmons, making a lot of noise out here tonight. Excellent job, though, by those guys, man, in terms of the young athletes that they've helped develop. And from there, you're seeing them guys out here tonight making a lot of plays, man. Beautiful to see.
Will be exciting if we'll see them in black and gold someday. That one went through everybody's hands incomplete as Strader was hoping he didn't throw his 6th interception of the season, and he did not. Second down coming up here for the Rams.
Yeah, Kellen Frank, number 23, and number 11, Mason Brown, reading his eyes right there, make nice breaks on the ball, and it goes through both of their hands. Probably one of the only throws tonight that we've seen Strader make a bad or questionable read in terms of that decision to throw into the double coverage there.
Under 3 minutes to go. Shell halftime to follow. And we'll announce where we're going next week in our fan votes. Winner as Strader scrambling and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard further before the pressure collapsed down on him. James Harrison was wreaking havoc there.
Love to see that right there. I think I've seen his father make a play like this once or twice in my day. But you see the closing speed, staying inside out, nice wrap-up tackle right there for the play. And nice job by James Harrison Jr.
Also cool to see the guys that, a lot of those guys not from the Pittsburgh area, but chose to stay here and raise their families here. It says a lot about the city. That doesn't always ring true in the NFL.
Oh, very true. I mean, we talk about being transplants. A lot of us, as you said, aren't from here. But when you get to the city, you find out how awesome the people are. You find out how awesome just living in Western Pennsylvania truly is. And that's a big reason why a lot of us do decide to stay here.
Here's Timmons catching one from Strader, and Timmons flying down the near boundary and knocked out of bounds. We'll knock him out inside the 30-yard line. And picks up 36 yards.
And, of course, who doesn't love a little Western PA football also? And this is the other reason right here. You look at Jay Timmons on the crossing route, nice catch and run. And another explosive play for Pine-Richland.
Strader hands it off. And an open field there for Carter McKissick, getting his first carry of the day. And he rumbles for a Pine-Richland first down.
And the senior running back has been the guy actually over the past couple of weeks that has been doing most of the work on the ground with Mac Miller being out of the lineup. Right there, that you can see on his first carry of the night, another explosive gain. And that offensive line continuing to make big holes for this running game.
Tigers have an injured player down there, and we're talking about Aaron Ubi Strader. Strader's father, Aaron Sr., played high school football at Westinghouse, went on to play cornerback at Duquesne University. His older brother, Raylon, was a star at Penn Hills back in 2019 to 2023. He's a sophomore cornerback at Auburn after he started his college football career at Miami, was an All-American, made the move to the Tigers.
Oh, you love to see that right there. And like you said, for Aaron Ubi Strader, he is definitely a guy that wants to also have some of that second level in terms of playing on Saturday success as well.
Yes.
But nice to hear that right there. And it's always cool to hear about the fathers, right? The guys that have done it beforehand. And I was like, hey, I remember watching you, now watching your son do it. And now watching your other child do it. Shout out to Western Pennsylvania.
Gotta love it. Game Faces face painting has been in the house all season long with us for the Steelers High School Showcase, and all the kids getting their part of what the showcase has to offer. Is another back shoulder throw. Couldn't hang on. Taylor thought he had it. The Rams student section thought he had it. And the Zebras disagree.
Yeah, and I believe that was number 14, Ryan Palmer, right there on the coverage. Does a good job, though, early on getting hands on Khalil Taylor and disrupting the timing just enough so that way he can't get both feet or get a foot in the ground. This is high school, doesn't need to, but ultimately good job by the defense right there. Let's see if they come back to it, though.
Yeah, I think secure the catch And then confusion on that one, back behind Taylor, incomplete.
But you can see what they're eyeing. They like the Khalil Taylor matchup, especially in the tight red. And he's a guy that has shown the ability to win, whether we're talking the fade ball, the back shoulder, or even right here with the miscommunication, still wins to the inside. I just can see where Ubi thought he was going to break to the right. Ultimately, he's breaking back out to the left. But that's the guy they want to target.
Here the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone. Rams trying to cash in here. And McKissick down inside to the 5.
And that was the adjustment. Prior to that snap, you saw the safety for North Allegheny cheat over and pre-snap show a nice double team on Khalil Taylor, and that's ultimately why Strader decided to call that run and give it to McKissick.
Under a minute to go in our first half of action. Those of you that might have dialed in to find out where we will be going next week for our Fans' Choice, we'll announce it live here. Do you know?
No, actually, I don't,
Okay.
guys. I'm part of the same suspense as everybody else. All right?
I didn't know if you did or not. So
You got the same headset I have, okay?
That's great. Well, you get to be along with everybody else for the suspense, right?
Always here for a good surprise.
Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard around the WPIAL. Aliquippa early lead at Heinz Field over the Spartans, 7-0. EF all over the Scotties.
Hey now.
The Warriors taking it to them 26-0. South Fayette leads Bethel Park 16-7. TJ shutting out right now Chartiers Valley. And it is now 13-10 Hopewell, or Central Valley over Hopewell. 13-0, I'm being down. 13-0 Central Valley over Hopewell. And Avonworth leading North Catholic 28-0.
Well, you typically say what stood out? What stood out? South Fayette, handling business, obviously. And then my internally second-guessing going against Aliquippa as they have a 7-0 lead to start. You know how I feel about the Quips.
Me too. I feel the same way. Of course, Pine-Richland head coach John Ladon and Aliquippa grad.
They say it's something in the water out there.
They just win wherever they go. It's just unbelievable. How about a field goal that is up and good? Alex Mestre puts it through the poles. Sophomore kicker for the Rams makes it 51-0, a 50 burger here in the first half.
If you're going to play on senior night, if you're going to make it pink out, make sure it's worthwhile. And that's for sure what Pine-Richland is doing tonight. I mean, even right there, showing that, you know, they can do it in a multitude of ways. It doesn't always have to be touchdowns. We kick field goals also, but 51 points in the first half versus 6A powerhouse North Allegheny. Extremely impressive and a statement being made tonight.
Yeah, that might be an understatement, the way that this game has gone. I mean, it has been impressive.
Anybody remaining on the schedule for Pine-Richland that is already scheduled or postseason-wise are going to look and see this score, and it's going to make them have a little bit of second guess. It's going to make them feel a little bit more urgency when they're preparing, because this is special right here. And even when you think about the context of how this matchup played out last year, we said it felt so similar.
Yes.
But North Allegheny was able to ultimately keep it close and then come out with the victory. But you see tonight, Pine-Richland from start to at least in this point in the second quarter has been unstoppable in every aspect.
And not a great return there for the Tigers. And, I mean, while there have been pieces that moved from last year to this year, the main pieces, Brady Brinkley was a quarterback in North Allegheny. Ubi Strader was at Pine-Richland. They had Jay Timmons.
The only new piece of impact is Khalil Taylor.
Yes.
Now, granted, we're seeing the impact that Khalil Taylor has had, so we know that that was a little bit more of a significant piece, but still, North Allegheny is a team that we look and say, if you're not Central Catholic, you don't do this to North Allegheny. That's the reality of this program since Art Walker has taken over, and that's who they've been these past couple of seasons.
Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by GBU Life. As handoff goes to Petro. And the Tigers won 2 WPIAL championships, lost last year, and they're going to have a short memory of this half while the Pine-Richland Rams dominate 51-0 at halftime. Shell halftime show coming up in just a little bit, and we'll have our announcement of our fan choice as John LaDon addresses his group. Would be interesting to see and hear what that conversation sounds like at halftime.
I'm disappointed in everything that you guys have been doing in the first half. We need more production. That's definitely what he said. Absolutely.
Let's go down to Susie as coach now.
Thanks, Matt. Coach, Jay Timmons, Mac Miller already with 3 touchdowns apiece. How can you spread that wealth offensively come the second half?
Guys are just excited to be back on the field after a couple weeks out, and we just got to keep executing.
Already 2 fumble recoveries on the night. Where can you continue to pressure them defensively?
Just making sure we don't have any mental breakdowns here in the second half.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Matt?
Susie, thank you, and thanks to Coach LaDon, who's a pretty happy guy right now on senior night. Everybody here repping the gang green of Pine-Richland. Feels good. 51-0 at halftime. When we come back, Shell halftime show. And you don't want to go anywhere because on the back half of this break, the winner of our fan choice votes.
Let's go.
Stick around. The Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week presented by Giant Eagle of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette continues next.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Relive your favorite moments at the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Honor Museum.
They really wore that back then, Grandpa?
Yeah, they really did.
Playing back then was tough, believe me.
Now this is the best era. Nobody could beat that dynasty.
I couldn't agree more. Those teams were unstoppable.
Now, I don't know about that, but the team was really good in the 90s.
Come on, you couldn't catch those teams of the 2000s. They went the distance, literally.
That's what I'm talking about! Yes!
The 70s are definitely the best.
Hey, the 2000s, hands down. Whoa, guys, stop fighting. I think every era was pretty sweet.
You said it, kid. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope to see you back here soon.
Wait, your tea?
Seems like a nice spot.
Welcome you back to Pine-Richland, where the Pine-Richland Rams dominating. That's not a typo. That's 51-0. Pine-Richland over North Allegheny after 2 quarters of play here in our Steelers High School Showcase. Rams are dominating. Week 8 in the WPIAL. We'll get you a recap of this game and scores from around the WPIAL. But before we get there, we got to know where we're going. Where are we going next week? Well, we asked you, the fans, whether it be Moon or South Fayette, North Catholic or Hopewell, Steel Valley or South Allegheny. Over 630,000 of you casted your votes. And can I get a drum roll, please? The winner is North Catholic takes on Hopewell next Friday on the Showcase. Looking forward to it. Seeing the Trojans and Joey Felitsky and James Boo Boo Armstrong and his quarterback play. 2 of the best of the WPIAL this season. We will be there at Tony Dorsett Stadium in Aliquippa. We're going back to Beaver County. And thanks to you, the fans, for voting. We're going to toss it downstairs to Susie Cool and David McDermott, the best in the business. It's time for the show halftime report, guys.
Wow, I don't know if Matt has ever complimented me like that. I'm a little giddy right now.
It was we.
Yeah, well, yes. Also Damon as well. However, I'm excited to be going to Hopewell next week. Watch the Hopewell Vikings take on the North Catholic Trojans. But before we get into any of that action next week, the Pine-Richland Rams up 51-0 over the North Allegheny Tigers tonight, Damon. What the heck is going on in Gibsonia?
I mean, there was a lot of people on the sidelines, Steelers in the crowd, stars are out, and I don't think anybody expected this. We said it might be a 2-3 touchdown game, but I mean, they wanted revenge, and they've got revenge.
Yeah, revenge is on the mind for Pine-Richland tonight. But let's take a look at our Jerome Bettis Leadership Award winner this week. This week's award goes out to senior wide receiver and linebacker from the Central Valley Warriors, Adam Schroed. Schroed utilizes his personality and work ethic to be a great leader for the Warriors football program and community. He sets a great example for younger teammates by always putting in the extra work on and off the field. And the senior is even a part of the National Honor Society. Schroed has worked countless youth camps, has boxed meals for those in need with the school food pantry, and has delivered these meals to local community members. A great representation of exactly what the Jerome Bettis Leadership Award exudes. If you know anybody that you want to nominate for that award, you can go on over to Steelers.com/youth. And now it's time to take a look back at someone who was in the WPIAL not too long ago. For North Allegheny himself, went on to play at Penn State, and now he is a current Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. It's the career of Joey Porter Jr.
Drafted Western PA to the NFL, presented by UPMC. Number 41, Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Porter Jr. is just getting his NFL career started and comes in at number 41 on our list. Porter is the son of former Steelers star linebacker Joey Porter. Jr. grew up a Steelers fan, spending time as a youngster watching his dad play and win a Super Bowl while also learning the game and perfecting his craft, hanging out on the south side with his dad and his teammates. Porter Jr. started at North Allegheny High School as a wide receiver and also a defensive back before committing to Penn State, where he settled in at cornerback and was one of the best in college football in 2021 and 22, which led the Steelers to call his name with the first pick of the second round in the 2023 draft. And he made an impact early on. His first NFL interception couldn't have come in a bigger game in a 17-10 win against the rivals, the Ravens, on October 8th, 2023. Porter started 27 games over his first 2 seasons, and I'm sure he will be starting many more in years to come for his hometown team.
A house is just 4 walls, but a home, that's something more. At Your Town Realty, we don't just work here, we live here. We're small by choice, with deep roots and real relationships that go beyond transactions. And because this city means so much to us, we give back, year after year. It's not about being the biggest, it's about being the one that feels like home. Your Town Realty, locally owned, community grown.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL high school football broadcast.
Pittsburgh, get ready to see PPG Pace Arena like never before. PPG Pace Arena tours take you behind the scenes of the home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is your chance to step inside the Penguins locker room and feel the history of the 5-time Stanley Cup champs. See the ice from a player's point of view and go where legendary broadcasters told the biggest moments in Penguins history. From championship stories to behind-the-scenes secrets, this tour is the ultimate Penguins experience. Visit ppgpacearena.com and book your tour today.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles. We build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaca. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
He said just me.
Just like that, we're back on the Shell Halftime Show alongside Damon McDermott. I'm Susie Cool, and now it's time to get to know a guy a little bit better who is showing up tonight. Already 3 touchdowns. It is wide receiver Mac Miller for the Pine-Richland Rams. Let's get to know him.
What's your fast food go-to?
Probably double quarter pounder at McDonald's.
What's at the top of your game day playlist?
Shoot, probably something by Lil Uzi.
What would be your ideal non-athletic career path?
Something in business.
What's the best home-cooked meal you get and who makes it?
Probably meatloaf. My grandma, so good.
You're on TV. What do you want to say to your parents?
Thank you for all you've done for me. I appreciate all the work and all the money you put into me and throughout my life. I love you guys. This is Mac Miller from Pine-Richland, and you're watching the Steelers High School Showcase on KDKA+.
Time to talk up our Coach of the Week for Week 7 action. This week's honors going out to head coach Lou Berry from the University Prep Panthers. Berry led his team to a 20-14 win over Westinghouse in Week 7 action behind 2 passing touchdowns to clinch the #1 seed in the District 8 playoffs. The Panthers also handed Westinghouse their first loss in a regular season City League game since 2019. And get this, Damon, snapped a streak of 27 consecutive regular season wins over City League opponents. So this marks Coach Berry's second Coach of the Week honors and first since 2013. Congratulations, Coach Berry.
Absolutely. You talk about Westinghouse all the time. You get someone else in the news and a well-deserved award. Love City League. Anytime we can give them some credit. Great job, Coach.
Yeah, fun Week 7 Coach of the Week there. And now it's time to check in with our good friend, Carlos Zovko, the WPIAL Insider himself, for those Week 7 top 10 plays.
The WPIAL Insider Top 10 Plays of Week 7 presented by Home Team Collections. Let's get this party started with number 10, and it's going to be South Park's Quentin Napper, and Napper's going to put Ligonier Valley to sleep here. South Park goes on to dominate Ligonier Valley, but I must say, Ligonier Valley wins the field war. That is a pretty blades of grass right there. Heading on out to number 9, we're going to go to Burrow versus Highlands. And we're going to throw a quick now screen. It's going to be tipped, and it's going to be Jamar Wright. Jamar Wright, utilizing the tip drill, takes it to the house. Highlands goes on to beat Burrow. At number 8, it was Mars versus McKeesport, and Aiden Yoakum, a little late in the game, breaking some ankles down the field. A 92-yard touchdown run here for Yoakum. He's having one heck of a senior season. McKeesport would go on to win, but there might be more from this game. At number 7, Mohawk comes away with the win over Western Beaver, but it's going to be Western Beaver's Amari Marshall coming away with the top 10 play. Look at Marshall go. Unbelievable. Talk about a breakout candidate this year. That would be Mr. Marshall. At number 6, we're going to go to Kiski and Armstrong. It's going to be Kiski's Landon Artman throwing it up top, finding his guy Tegan Shirley, who's going to come down with a contested catch touchdown. Nice play there. At number 5, I told you we were coming back to it, and this is the 6th touchdown run of the night for Kamon Spell. Mars couldn't tackle him all night. A legendary performance for the junior 5-star running back. At number 4, we're going to Bentworth versus Jefferson Morgan. In Bentworth, they're going to throw it up top, and Matt Bahana goes up top to take it, and Bentworth is going to take down undefeated Jefferson Morgan. At number 3, it's Trinity's Magic Man. It's Jonah Williamson, who's going to take the bad snaps, circle around a couple Shar Valley defenders, then find the end zone. Trinity goes on to win. At number 2, the number 1 sin you can do in WPIAL football this year is kick it at or near Scoop Smith, and Gateway does that. Oh, pretty good coverage here. They're going to tackle Scoop Smith there. Oh, no, they're not. Scoop Smith, are you freaking kidding me? Gets out of the Gateway Gators kickoff team. He takes it to the house. He had a nice 3-touchdown performance as Woody High rolls. And at number 1, the Home Team Collections Play of the Week. How can it be anybody else? Matt Sig, a record-breaking night, and this one, I mean, it's just silly what this guy can do. The record breaker, a high five going into the end zone by his teammates. Congrats to Mac. He is your Home Team Collections Play of the Week.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Why do I love having a healthcare concierge?
It's the speaking to a real live person.
It's the figuring things out, so I don't have to.
Es la voz que me da.
It's the making sure I get my prescriptions on time.
It's the call, just to see how my son was doing after his accident.
When you have a healthcare concierge team, you have partners. Partners in care.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Macero Construction Group, building Pittsburgh, serving you.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaca. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
We're just Just minutes away, everybody, from the second half action kicking off here at Pine-Richland Stadium in Gibsonia. Again, the Rams up 51-0 over the North Allegheny Tigers, something I don't think any of us would have guessed at the beginning of this game. If you're just tuning in alongside Damon McDermott, I'm Susie Cole. Now let's take a look at those first half stats that have brought the Rams to this point. Again, brought to you by Giant Eagle. We look at these stats, the rushing yards from Pine-Richland, 398 to 134, but then you look at what North Allegheny has done passing-wise, surpassing Pine-Richland by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they've been moving the ball okay for North Allegheny. The problem is the explosive plays by Pine-Richland. And, again, the 30 penalty yards, I know you're down by 51, but, again, it was just stalling out drives for NA. They couldn't get anything going, where Pine-Richland, they also had 2 turnovers. It's not on the screen here, but when you get 2 turnovers to a good team, both of those resulted into touchdowns. It's going to be easy for Pine-Richland in this first half. I mean, they made no mistakes. They had 1 penalty, and that's the only thing you can complain about.
And that was something that Pine-Richland knew going into this game. They would need to minimize those mistakes tonight. But as you can see right off the bat, Jay Timmons, that's his first of 3 touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, Jay Timmons and Khalil Taylor, you're going to see a lot of stats. And give it to Obi Strider. And right here, we didn't talk about Mac Miller before the game, but he is awesome. I love watching him play. He runs hard, and I joke, they forget about him all the time. But the way he runs, you can't say anything more about how good of a player he is. And then that defense for Pine-Richland. You saw a strip sack earlier in the game as well from Hans Miner. And then any time that you thought maybe NA could get something going, boom, another interception right there for Pine-Richland. That one from Jay Timmons, and it's just been all Pine-Richland in this game. There's Mac Miller again, the unsung hero. I did not think they ran the ball that well, but give props to him. I mean, he has been unreal in this game. Another sack for Pine-Richland right here. There's the strip sack I talked about from Hans Mayer, a guy that, again, you don't talk about him as much as these star players, but if he was playing for another school, I mean, you'd be talking about him as the star to watch, but in this game, he came up big. And then guess who? Again, Jay Timmons. He's doing it all here tonight. If I'm Florida State, you make sure he's coming to your school. He has been so explosive in this game. Then you have a little bit of trickeration right here. Screen pass, then a deep ball. Jalen Niels throws it to guess who? Jay Timmons again, but even got a little bit of trickeration going for Pine-Richland. So again, they do everything so well, and then you start saying, oh, let's throw in a couple trick plays. I mean, how can you stop this offense?
And they're just loaded with D1 talent. You mentioned Jay Timmons, Ubi Schrader getting some looks, Khalil Taylor, of course, reopening his recruitment just last week. But what is surprising me from North Allegheny tonight is the mistakes that they are making. You have Pine-Richland with 2 fumble recoveries right there. You're seeing that, and they're saying, hey, we're going our way.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, because then you're in the red zone. And if you're Pine-Richland, if you're in the red zone, you have so many weapons you can look to. No matter what, somebody is going to score. And then, hey, the one mistake, I guess you call it a mistake, you had a field goal to end a half, but it makes you go up by 51. Other than that, they've been perfect in the red zone. And I said 2 turnovers. They had 3 turnovers, and that resulted in 21 points for Pine-Richland.
Again, the Pine-Richland Rams up 51-0 over the North Allegheny Tigers here going into the second half. And let's take a look at some of those other scores around the WPIAL. I know that we talked about a couple of the games. We got Aliquippa up 7-0 over Montour at the half. Elizabeth Ford, oh no, the Scotties. The Scotties come back to life. Elizabeth Forward up 26-0 at the half. Bethel Park.
There we go.
Oh, wow. South Fayette 16-7 over Bethel Park right now. Thomas Jefferson up 24-0 over Chartiers Valley. I know that will give TJ a playoff berth there in the Parkway Conference. You have Avonworth up 28-0 over North Catholic. Central Valley 13-0 over Hopewell. Oh, my goodness. These people are playing for the playoffs, Damon.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing to me right there, South Fayette, we talked about it. It's been hard in 5A, but it looks like they might get that second big win. They really need to push for the playoffs. And to me, I always doubt Aliquippa. Montour down by 7 with their starting quarterback. Aliquippa is pretty much running a Wildcat offense right now, and it's still working for them.
Yeah, playoff implications on the line for a lot of those teams that we just looked around the WPIAL, but these 2 teams, North Allegheny and Pine-Richland, know they are going to the postseason. Pine-Richland up 51-0 at the half over the Tigers. Second half action about to kick off here in just a short bit with Matt and Arthur. Stay tuned.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
They say time goes by when you're having fun, and the Pine-Richland Rams have been having some fun. 51-0 at halftime. The Rams lead the North Allegheny Tigers here on our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Back inside the broadcast booth, that's the former Pittsburgh Steeler, Arthur Moats. I'm Matt Fargo, and wow, rivalry here in the North Hills and all the expectations, all of the family lineage that we talked about in pregame, and then Pine-Richland has two guys who haven't played a whole lot recently, and they had welcome back parties in the first half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When you talk about what Jay Timmons has been able to do tonight, 3 touchdowns, and getting it in a multitude of ways on offense, and then you look at McLean Miller, a.k.a. Mac Miller, a guy that hasn't been in the lineup these past couple of weeks, but tonight you can see he hasn't missed a beat, and both of these guys accounting for 6 first-half touchdowns. You heard me correct on that. 6. Insane. And Khalil Taylor is still one of the best players out here, and we're hardly even mentioning him in terms of scoring touchdowns.
Yes, and then you just throw in Ubi Strader. Why don't you? The quarterback for the Rams has been the field general, kind of ushering this domination of the first half of play. And, you know, there might be an asterisk there of, I think Pine-Richland really wanted to get those guys in action and get them active. And then on the North Allegheny side, once things started kind of falling apart, now they have aspirations in the back of their heads of, hey, we need to get out of here and mind the fact that you're going into the 6A playoffs in just 2 weeks.
Yeah, for NA, definitely not the outcome that they would have wanted for the first half. But now, if you're Art Walker, you're concerned about health. You're concerned about not taking this over into next week's game. And when we talk about the postseason coming up, you want to get some type of positive momentum. You don't want to go in with this type of loss on your mind. So definitely a lot of that on, Art Walker's plate for the rest of this half.
Pine-Richland came in averaging 47 points per game. They go over their average in the first half of play. And, we talk so much about the offense. Defense looks pretty darn good, too, with the shutout of the Tigers to this point and forcing so many turnovers.
Yeah, the pass rush has been really good in terms of keeping contained on Brady Brinkley. Obviously, when they try to get Corey Pitts involved to the perimeter, the tackling, the big hits, and the ability to create turnovers. We talked about Colton, 3 fumble recoveries or 2 fumble recoveries, an interception. The production even there just continues to show, and that's why this Pine-Richland Rams team is so tough to beat. And there's only been one team to do that this year, and that's Central Catholic.
Yeah, and then the question now is, you have a running clock here in the second half. Some of the younger guys getting an opportunity, and you kind of find out what you have as you're moving just ever so closely to those postseason. Keeping in mind, North Allegheny, after next week, they'll have a bye before their first round playoff action. Pine-Richland jumps into the gauntlet that is the 5A classification. We know how good that is.
And that's the exciting part about this time of year, but also why Pine-Richland is trying to make sure that they're hitting and clicking on all cylinders as they get ready, because any of these teams that we have talked about in 5A that we've seen the power rankings, we know they're all capable. Yes. You don't think Peters Township is eyeing Pine-Richland because of what happened in last year's WPIAL final? You don't think Upper St. Clair wants a chance to see this Pine-Richland team or any of these teams? That's 5A right now, and that's why it's such an exciting classification.
Mac Miller leads the team in rushing, just 47 yards, but 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 7.8 yards a touch. And now here a good return for the North Allegheny Tigers. They're going to have good field position as on the return, Malika on the return. Joseph Malika on the return for NA and sets up the Tigers in good field position.
Yeah, nice job coming out of the half by NA right here. Just getting something positive. And like we said, if you're Art Walker, that's what you're going to be looking for in this second half from NA. Positive plays, things that you can build upon and say, hey, we did this well in this game, even though as a whole we don't get the outcome that we necessarily desire.
38 yards on the return for the Tigers. Quarterback is Carson Meyer. 5'10", 160-pound, class of 2028. And into the belly of the new tailback, Anthony Cicini.
Yeah, and at this portion, you do get a chance to see some of the guys that aren't always talked about, but right there on defense for Pine-Richland, number 55, Adam Barnett, making a nice tackle. The freshman getting some opportunity on senior night.
Yeah, this is something they're never going to forget. Hey, they're on television, too, getting a chance to show what they can do. The crowd from Wexford has thinned significantly.
Got to get to Applebee's. You know what tonight is.
And the snap goes over the quarterback's head, and Meyer goes all the way back, retreating back to his 23-yard line to jump on it. And the Tigers going to be faced with a 3rd down and forever here.
Yeah, unfortunate by North Allegheny. When you start making switches with the offensive line, you can see the snap going over Carson's head. But good job by Carson, minimizing the damage, and don't make a bad play worse by not recovering that fumble, or that errant snap. So good job by him. And now let's see what they can do in 3rd and forever.
They call it 25. Meyer back to pass with some pressure, and down he goes. Sacked on the play. Barnett, the freshman you mentioned, Arthur, was again lurking in the vicinity there for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, you can see the energy that he's playing with tonight. Freshmen typically don't get a lot of opportunities, but for 55, he's getting a chance and he's making the most of it, flashing twice now on that series and ultimately doing a good job helping to force that punt for North Allegheny.
Punt is away on the 37-yard line. Caden Taylor across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Pine-Richland, a 51-0 advantage on a Steelers Friday night. The showcase rolls on KDKA+.
Turkey's in season at Eaton Park. Whether you're craving it hot, stacked, Pittsburgh style, or served up with all the fixings, we've got you covered. Starting at just $10.99. Add a slice of pumpkin pie to any of these favorites for only $1.99. Only at Eaton Park.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
You know, when Gary's call came in, just by the sound of the call, you knew that this was a bad injury.
When I saw Gary in the hospital room, they were afraid that his injuries were so severe that the lower leg wouldn't be salvageable. It was 50-50 as to whether Gary was going to keep the lower limb.
My name's Gary. When I needed help the most, Edgar Snyder was there for me. I wouldn't have wanted no one else. I'm glad they were my team, straight up.
At Hello Bistro, we keep it fresh. Fresh flavors, fresh choices, endless ways to build what you're craving. Because food should be as bold as you are. You deserve fresh. Only at Hello Bistro.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, Octane Customs, your brand on the move. High above Pine-Richland tonight. All Rams 51-0 over NA. New quarterback in for Cooper Stizak. In for Pine-Richland, and Rams very happy with their first 2 quarters of play, and now some of the younger guys get an opportunity here under the Friday night lights. Their first time under the lights, some of them.
What better night than tonight, though, right?
A lot of them for Pine have played a lot under the Friday night lights. Here's Bo Heckert, a sophomore, that gets that carry. And you look at what Pine-Richland has done in terms of, there's been a lot of wide margins. Win 38-7 over Findlay, Ohio. 49-20 over Seneca Valley, 48-6 over North Hills, 56-14 over Plum, 63-6 over Fox Chapel, 63-19 over Penn Hills, 47-3 last week, and almost a highlight reel grab there. Trying to reel that one in is Chase Harrer. And it will be 2nd down and 10 here for the Rams.
But as you talked about it, man, when you look at what the Pine-Richland Rams have been able to do this season, they have scored the football at an extremely high clip. But then defensively, they've also been able to not allow points to get scored on them. They do a really good job of just playing sticky, explosive, physical defense. And you see that tonight. But there aren't a lot of teams that match up well with this Pine-Richland team. They're physical, but they have playmaking on the perimeter, and that's always a challenge.
Student body left there. Stizak, sophomore quarterback, getting an opportunity here. Yeah, the Rams have only allowed 20 points to be scored on them twice this year. Everything else checks in under that.
And one of those teams were Central Catholic.
Right.
The only team that we've seen give Pine-Richland a fight.
And that was back on the 29th of August. A lot has changed since then. And, Khalil Taylor's,
not officially week 0, but it was week 0, right?
Yeah, it was
That's what it felt like.
Week 1 for everybody. It's Stizak getting out in open space, picks up a Ram first down. Stizak picks up 13 yards.
And it's good to see some of these future Rams getting opportunities, because we know as seniors continue to grow and develop, they graduate, but we know that Pine-Richland, their program isn't going away. They're going to still be back here next year. So you want to just see, okay, who are some of the guys that may step up? Who are some of the guys that we might need to know about in the future?
And, games like this, is it time now that John Ladon deserves to be mentioned among the WPIAL greats and coaches?
You look at his track record, everywhere he's went,
Harrer completes that one and picks up a first down. Yeah, you're right. He came to Pine-Richland 2022, had a great 5 years at Penn Hills. Rams have gone to the championship game 3 times, had 2 championships in 2022 and 2024. They were runners-up in 2023. And, of course, when Ladon took over in 2022, they also won the state title that year. Stizak scrambles, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pine-Richland, and touchdown, Cooper Stizak. I think old number 16, Charlie Batch, happy to see number 16 of the Rams getting in there.
Oh, you better believe it. Now, a little bit different than C. Batch's style of scoring, but nice job by Cooper Stizak showing off the mobility. Nice 12-yard scamper, and then from there, getting into the zone, adding to this monstrous lead for Pine-Richland.
2-point conversion they will go for. Interesting here. Ostap, Stizak throws, end zone, caught.
Got a flag on the play, it looks like, though.
Holding on the offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, retry.
Another look at the play that will not count. Great catch, though, by Harrer.
We've seen a lot of touchdowns that didn't count tonight.
Yeah, we did.
In the midst of all the touchdowns that have counted.
And in that specific vicinity of the end zone, too. There's a lot of spectators over in that corner of the end zone. A lot of action has been over there.
Let's see if he goes right back to the well.
Sizak back to pass. Steps up. Throws other corner. And it works just as well. Stulak, Grayson Stulak makes the reception for the 2-point conversion. And the Pine-Richland Rams add to it, 59-0. You think the Rams remember what happened last year?
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. From October 16th to November 6th, spend $350 and earn a free turkey on your next visit. Redeem through November 30th. Because this holiday season, we're thankful for you. Giant Eagle. Because it matters.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Welcome to La Roche University, where experience isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life.
At La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
So we came in today just kind of getting a general idea of valuing a model and how it is done in actual real-life time.
I think what they're doing in La Roche with the applied learning has a lot of value for the students. They're able to see the real-world numbers come to life, and that has a lot of impact for them.
La Roche University, engaging minds, embracing the world.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! A deep ball here that's caught and going all the way to the end zone. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Shell, Panera Bread, Loway Enterprises, promotional products and apparel. Steelers High School Showcase presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Pine-Richland tonight. Rams, all Rams. 59-0 over North Allegheny right now. And this one bobbled around, still rolling around, and then down at the 11. And struggles continue there as the Kelly Automotive Drive summary. 7 plays, 52 yards, 3 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock. There's a lot of miles on the Kelly Automotive Drive summary tonight.
You can say that again. I mean, the way that Pine-Richland specifically has been a part of it, Kelly Automotive might be in, business with Rams going forward.
They're Ram tough tonight. All right, that's enough. North Allegheny back with it. Play action, a bootleg. Carson Meyer completes his pass out to that far boundary.
I mean, when you're looking at North Allegheny, even at this stage, just trying to figure out concepts that work, trying to figure out concepts that you want to maybe get on tape. And if you're Brady Brinkley on the sideline, you're looking at this also as opportunities to just get visual reps. You obviously have taken the snaps in the first half, and you know the game kind of got out of hand, but these are still valuable opportunities to grow, valuable opportunities to learn.
It was Jamison Walsh on the reception. Go to the ground game there. Third down coming up here for North Allegheny. You know, and the starters for the Rams, their day done. And you think about the great quarterbacks that have come through Pine-Richland recently. Ben DiNucci in the NFL. Phil Jerkovic, Cole Spencer, Ryan Palmieri, all built with that run ability, but strong arms. Maybe not necessarily the oversized. Some of them may be bigger than others, but the quarterbacks that have come through this program over the last few years.
Yeah, and when you look at Ubi Strader, he's trying to be the next variation of that. Obviously, Ben DiNucci, a guy I'm really familiar with, going to my alma mater, but also playing at the professional ranks and being a fan of him. When you talk about Phil Jerkovic, we watched him, just starting at Pitt a couple of times, right? Sure. So with that, you can see even in that capacity, these aren't guys that are just good at the high school level. They have proven that their game translates to the collegiate level, and even with DiNucci, making it to Sundays.
No doubt. Punt unit out for North Allegheny. Hania back to punt it. Short punt, takes a Pine-Richland roll and will be down to around the 33, 34-yard line. High school owns Friday nights. College football takes the stage tomorrow. Right here on KDK Plus, the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes take on Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Geneva, Waynesburg, tomorrow at 1 p.m. right here on KDKA Plus.
Let's go Yellow Jackets.
Fighting Austin Bechtolds.
See, this is what happens when it's 59-0. You start making picks for the college games, too. I just thought I liked Waynesburg.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Waynesburg grads in the house tonight. Carry here and a hard run for our man Carter McKissick. McKissick, 5'8", 200.
And that's one of those things, man, when you're talking about a Coach John Ladon team, physicality. That's one of the things that continues to show wherever he's been at. And you look at this Rams offense and just this Rams team as a whole, the physicality that they play with. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, I talked about those two WPIAL titles. Ladon has won here at Pine-Richland. Pine-Richland has 9 WPIAL championships to North Allegheny's 11.
I mean, this is a North Allegheny team that was just in the WPIAL championship last year.
And the year before, and the year before that.
It's like all the stuff, all the notes, all the stats, none of that makes sense when we're looking at this score tonight.
It's true. I believe that a lot of people would believe it was a misprint. As Stizak tossed. And that's the way the third quarter will come to a close. Pine-Richland on senior night in Gibsonia. Leave it no doubt. Come back with us in the fourth quarter of the Steelers Showcase.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
You might not see the people's pipelines that deliver you safe, reliable natural gas every day because they are out of sight, hiding beneath your feet. But what's out of your sight is not out of our minds. We move through busy city streets to upgrade the infrastructure that served our region for decades, using state-of-the-art materials that reduce emissions to power homes and businesses with essential energy for generations to come. That's people's commitment to making your life better.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Bear Mazda. We have a great opportunity for you. 2025 Mazda CX-30 lease. Only $29.99 down for as low as $289 a month. We have 129 new Mazdas in stock for immediate delivery. What a great selection. Come on up, drive one home today.
The honest dealer, believably different, Bud Bear.
Thanks for fixing the door.
I was nervous about that lock.
To your family, you are more than just your income.
What would she do without me? She'd probably have to marry our next-door neighbor, Todd.
Well, Todd, I have no feelings for you whatsoever, but I'm going to have to say I do. I can't afford a handyman.
Gotta get some life insurance.
Although you're irreplaceable, a life insurance policy from GBU Life can provide the financial security your family needs for a secure future. To get started, visit gbu.org.
The build. What is it that drives us to follow our dreams, to build them from scratch, from the heart? For us, it's the same ideals of hard work, craftsmanship, and unity that define our great nation. It begins with trusting in yourself and having a team behind you that believes any dream is possible, and that every project is a vision of what can be, of who you are, and the future that you continue to build. From our family to yours, 84 Lumber, where quality and pride come together, one dream at a time.
Pine-Richland cheerleaders, something to cheer about on senior night, 59-0 over North Allegheny, their rivals, down Route 19. Fourth quarter action with Arthur Moats and Susie Cool. Matt Forga with you. And Pine-Richland, they're not necessarily waving a white flag. They have obviously the second teamers, reserves in for the Rams, but still they're playing. I mean, they're going to be playing in a couple hours on Saturday morning at JV, but getting a chance to do it on Fridays.
And as a younger guy, you look forward to any of these opportunities. Doesn't matter when it happens in the game, you just want to get a chance to make a play out here. And right there, you see both of those guys competing for it, man, from Pine-Richland and from NA.
Hera, the intended receiver, incomplete. Fourth down for PR.
But you talk about valuable experience, man. Number 14 right there, Ryan Palmer. You see him right there going up, high pointing it, turns to defensive element. Those are the valuable reps. This is what, if you're Art Walker, this is what you're emphasizing when you're on that sideline. These are the reps we can't get in practice, but this is going to help us get better. And the hope is that you never have this happen again.
Well, the rivalry exists not just in football, but in all sports between North Allegheny and Pine-Richland. A thought on that after this first down play that North Allegheny takes over. And a big-time sack flying in, Bo Heckert for the Rams.
Big body D tackles right there, man. Zone read RPO element, obviously between 17 and 27, but Pine-Richland not fooled at all. Big number 55, Adam Barnett and company, continuing to make plays. And once again, having this North Allegheny offense behind the sticks.
Meyer on a 2nd and 15. That pass broken up. Incomplete. Good coverage by Heckert.
Love the eye discipline by Bo Heckert. I know he's a sophomore, doesn't get a ton of opportunities, but nice job right there versus the screenplay, reading his coverage and following him, tracking him, and then when you get the pass there, make the play. Good job right there by that Coach John Ledon-led team. The doctor.
Doc is in. 3rd and 15 Back to pass. Going to test it down the far boundary. Overshot everybody. Incomplete. Jaden Rucker, the intended receiver. North Allegheny and Pine-Richland squared off on the ice last night at the Barrel Ice Complex. And the Tigers win in overtime, 2-1 over Pine-Richland. North Allegheny's hockey team undefeated on the season. So the rivalry means a lot in different sports.
I'm glad you said that, because now this makes even more sense why they went for 2. It's because of last night.
Yes, I'm
Had
sure
to get the lick back, absolutely.
John Ladon's keeping an eye on the PIHL scoreboard, no question.
Winners win in any capacity.
No doubt. Up against another time to pay bills. We'll come back here on KDKA Plus after this.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons.
Primary care sports medicine physicians.
Board-certified physical therapists.
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
Nutrition.
Athletic training.
Sports performance.
Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
This Friday, we ask you, the fans, to vote on the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And the winner is the North Catholic Trojans take on the Hopewell Vikings Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
College isn't for everyone. But from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having 0 student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions, secured against evolving threats, and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
On Saturday, tune in to KDK Plus for President's Athletic Conference football as the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets host the Geneva Golden Tornadoes at John F. Wiley Stadium. This Saturday at 1, only on KDK Plus.
Fourth quarter action here from Pine-Richland. Rams leading at 59-0 over North Allegheny. Steelers showcase keeping Stizak, bouncing it to the near boundary and being wrestled out of bounds. Our stats department, Arthur, working overtime tonight. Going back, this is one of the worst losses in North Allegheny program history. Went all the way back to 2004 when it was 48-0 to McKeesport on October 29th of 2004. So this is unprecedented.
I mean, when you talk about going back that far, we're talking about when Art Walker is just taking over the program.
Yes, correct.
Golly, man. But that does put into context this score tonight.
It does.
This
does not happen.
Normal in any capacity.
No.
Whether you're talking about the head-to-head matchup or just specifically North Allegheny in their own regard. And that's the part that for Pine-Richland, you feel even better about it because you know the team that you were going against, you know the history, and you know what they do routinely. And if you're North Allegheny, you're trying to forget about this as quick as you can and get to the next game.
And speaking of that, in your opinion, I don't know if you've ever been on a team that had a game like this where coach just said, we're not even watching it. We're erasing it and we're moving on. Sometimes it hurts more than it helps to break something like this down. Do you feel like that could possibly be the case?
To a degree, absolutely. I mean, obviously there are going to be certain parts of it where you're going to say, okay, schematically, what could we have done differently on maybe the first trick play, right? But outside of that, there isn't a lot of this tape that you're going to want to dissect and,
Add another.
Really spent a lot of time on.
Touchdown, Pine-Richland. The Rams, Stizak goes 28 yards as he tosses Sawyer Marsilio, a sophomore, gets on the score sheet here late.
And that's a nice throw by Cooper. You obviously see him hold the ball for a second with the pump to get the defender to bite, and then from there delivers a nice strike to Sawyer Marsilio. But nice job by Cooper Stizak on this drive right here, using his legs and his arms to lead the Rams down there for another score.
Rams going for 2 again. And the 2 is good. Rhett Valenti. 6'7".
I love it. I told you they cared about that hockey score last night. You see the 2-point conversion. They get the 67, a.k.a. 6'7", and we feel great about it if you're a Rams fan on senior night. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Too good. More high school football for you. Regular season finale. You voted, and we are headed to Tony Dorsett Stadium in Aliquippa to see the Hopewell Vikings take on the North Catholic Trojans. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the top 5 in all the WPIAL. And both teams fighting for the playoff positioning. North Catholic, Hopewell, next Friday night on the Steelers Showcase in the regular season finale.
Boo-boo.
Boo-boo in the building.
All name team, baby. And his game backs it up.
There was a Power 4 coach, I will not mention his name, that was calling him Bobo. Hopefully he got it corrected before he said it to him, because that would not go a long way in the recruiting process.
Yeah, not the way you want to start your first impression.
No. James Boo-Boo Armstrong and Joey Felitsky, those 2 quarterbacks have put up a lot. They have put the air miles through the roof, and we'll get a chance to see those 2 clubs next Friday. Kick away, and it plunks off the shoulder pad, picked back up. North Allegheny, that's one thing they have struggled all night with, which is they've started behind the 20 more times than they have not tonight.
Yeah, they haven't won the field position battle, and once again, when you're playing against a Pine-Richland defense that is as well coached and has the talent that they have on all 3 levels, you're just not giving yourself a lot of positive momentum or a lot of positive things to help you out, because it's one thing to have success against this Rams defense. It's another thing to have to routinely go 90, 80 yards versus them snapping the ball 10, 12 times. That's just a recipe for disaster when you're trying to do that over 4 quarters. And when you're North Allegheny and playing the way that they did tonight, this is how it looks when you allow that to continue to happen.
Sure. First down and 10 for North Allegheny. They now ask for a timeout. And that is granted.
First timeout of the half, North Allegheny.
So Pine-Richland will move to 8-1 on the season. North Allegheny to 7-2. NA had already locked up the 2nd spot in the 6A playoffs. A little bit more interesting for Pine-Richland. Turning in, he's sacked on the play. Pine-Richland. Max Visnick gets the sack for the Rams.
Nice job right there, closing the space by Maximus Visnick right there, number 22. Unblocked defenders have to make plays, and that's what you want to see right there, even at this stage for Coach John Ladon in this defense.
High snap, pulled down, and he'll take off and run with it and make something of it. And a busted play turns out to be a positive one for Carson Meyer.
Yeah, nice job by Carson, maintaining some sense of calmness with the errant snap. And then from there, making something out of nothing, picking up some positive yards and minimizing the threat of a safety. So good job by Carson in the midst of all that chaos.
Third down, 9. That one low and incomplete. Punt unit back out for NA. And everyone on the sidelines at Pine-Richland is doing the 6-7 right now.
You know that was what they were looking for. All right, that's had to be it. That's why they were going for 2. But they accomplished it. So it's a good evening.
Condia to punt. And it will roll out of bounds. Rams back with it. And I don't think there's any intention on changing the scoreboard now, right?
You never know. You said they lost in that hockey match last night. Are there any other head-to-heads they've had the past 2 weeks? Is there a soccer game? Was there any, maybe they were playing table tennis? Something we may have missed. Because Pine-Richland, they look like they have every bit of revenge on their mind for something. I don't know what it was. Maybe somebody got cut off in traffic.
Thanks to Herc Reynolds for providing our scissor lift all season long. Good friends at Herc Reynolds. All of your rental needs. Carry here on the near side with a flag down.
Holding, offense number 54, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Grayson Stulak. Under 2 to go. First down, back at the 45-yard line, play action. Stizak going to take off and run with it and run to the far boundary. Keep this clock churning.
Now you asked, were they fine with the score? That play right there makes me feel like they're still trying to score a little bit more. That wasn't a run. That wasn't a QB kneel.
No.
That wasn't even a QB draw.
It was not.
That was a pass. Long developing pass play. They won 70 tonight.
Gotta love the rivalries. This one, 22nd meeting between these two teams. Dizak off to the races. Here he goes. And he's inside the 20-yard line, and the Rams are wanting more, but this one's going to come back with a flag down.
Holding, offense number 54, 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
Unfortunate right there. Little self-inflicted by the younger offensive lineman, Liam Jordan, man, having that penalty. But either way, nice run right there by Cooper Stizniak, and just showing off his ability, that dual threat element that he provides.
Third and 18. Nope, it's going to be second down in 18. Make it That's not right either.
Just let the clock run out.
That's exactly what Pine-Richland is doing. And now they'll approach second down. Scoreboard incorrect, and a knee down for Pine-Richland. A PR in PR. The Rams dominate their rivals, and they run the North in 2025, 67-0 tonight over North Allegheny. A statement victory for the Rams on senior night.
And that is definitely what tonight was, a statement. We talked about what North Allegheny was able to do last year in this matchup. None of that mattered. The new pieces, Khalil Taylor, the old pieces, but are back healthy, Jay Timmons, Mac Miller, continue to provide to be too much firepower for that Pine-Richland offense and that Pine-Richland team as a whole tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We mentioned easily one of the worst losses in North Allegheny history. The worst one we could find going back to 2004 was a 48-0 loss. But Pine-Richland, everything clicked, and then things snowballed. Turnovers inside the red zone early in this game, and really by the end of the first quarter, everybody knew what this game was going to be, and the Rams kept adding to it. And you start Walker already talking to some of his players as they make their way through the handshake line. And on the other side, Pine-Richland celebrates a dominating win over their rivals. For Pine-Richland, one more to go. They will go to Shaler next week to finish out their regular season schedule. And North Allegheny travels to Seneca Valley. Susie Cole has our Macero Construction Players of the Game. Susie.
Thanks, Matt. We have two Macero Construction Players of the Game tonight. We have wide receiver and defensive back Jay Timmons, wide receiver Khalil Taylor here. I'm going to start with you, Jay. 7 carries for 148 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight. You just came back tonight after being out for a few weeks. Where were you feeling the most comfortable in your comeback?
It just feels good beating this team. They had our number for the past 2 years, and I had a couple incidents with them in track and field. So this is the one that I wanted the most, and I expected nothing less. From the scoreboard. So yeah.
Sorry about that. Holding the microphone there. Just listening to you give me the answer. Khalil, this is your first season here at Pine-Richland. You are tearing it up. You showed your athleticism tonight. Where have you gained confidence this season being under head coach John Ladon?
I'll say at practice, just repping with Ubi. Me and him, we had a connection from like 707. We've been playing with each other for a little bit, so just getting a connection with him and just getting a chemistry, and Coach Ladon trusting me and Coach Brazilla just putting out trust in me. I just got a ball. Just got to show what I can do.
All right, Jay, This was supposed to be a rivalry game. You guys end up winning 67-0. What does this say about this team this season?
We're real deal tweakers, man. No fake tweakers over here.
All right, Khalil, Jay, it's up for grabs whoever takes this ball here tonight. Our Macero Construction Player of the Game, Jay Timmons, Khalil Taylor, everybody. Matt?
Thank you, Susie. Real deal tweakers, right?
Hey, I love the honesty. Love the honesty, love the passion, and love the playmaking from both of those guys tonight.
It was an impressive night, and you know what? First time in our showcase history that we give out 2 Player of the Game awards. Kind of an unprecedented night all the way around, and the first time we ever had our Player of the Games interviewed in street clothes.
You're absolutely right when you look at that, but they were up 50 points at halftime, so
yeah.
I could understand them changing their attire like a preseason game. But both of these dudes, though, man, impressive performances tonight. Multiple touchdowns, the amount of receiving yards, and just impact plays as a whole. a big reason why Pine-Richland was able to be successful tonight.
Yeah, Jay Timmons, 3 touchdowns on the night. Khalil Taylor adds another. It's just a absolute dominating performance by these Rams. And on the North Allegheny side, it really is one of those games where you just need to shower it off and not dwell on it. A loss is a loss in a lot of ways, and you can't go play-by-play through this game and just know that there's some things you want to fine-tune entering the playoffs in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And the other positive is this. You don't have to see this Pine-Richland team again. Central beat you earlier, but Central didn't play like this, so you have to feel a lot more confident and optimistic about that potential matchup down the line.
Let's take a look at some other scores from around the WPIAL to this point. Montour jumps on Aliquippa 34-20. Could be the third loss at the pit in Heinz Field in Aliquippa. EF rolls in hand Southmoreland, their first loss of the season. That game is final. Bethel Park, they battle back to beat South Fayette 33-16. I'm sorry.
Why'd you have to say it with such emphasis?
Wow,
what was that? You didn't say Elizabeth Forward 42 points. You get the Bethel and South Pine Western.
I just feel good about my pick. That's all.
Jeez, man.
I just felt good about my pick. TJ wins over Chartiers Valley 45-6. Avonworth takes care of North Catholic 42-10. And Central Valley leads Hopewell 23-7. That game is still ongoing. But sorry, Moats.
It felt like it was personal. I didn't beat you in hockey last night. What's going on here, man?
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Likewise. It's been a heck of a time. Heck of a game.
Can't wait to do it again soon.
Looking forward to it as always.
Pine-Richland rolls on senior night. 67-0 over North Allegheny. For our entire JRM video production crew, Jake Mislivchik, our producer, our director, Corey Berger, for Arthur Moats and Susie Cole, I'm Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation of the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week on KDKA Plus. Until we talk to you from Hopewell for Hopewell and North Catholic next week, Rams win it 6-7-0. Good night, everybody.